See you guys in there, maybe.
I think we're good.
Roland, it's a pleasure to see you back from your trip.
Of course. It's always good to be in your presence, Archbishop.
Good indeed. It's always good to have a right-hand man around, especially one that I can very much trust. Ah! I wasn't expecting to have a visitor so soon. What brings you here?
Well, I stopped here. I was seeing if any of my charges were here.
None that I've been here yet.
Very well. Making sure I know several of them are devout members of Ordo, so figured it'd be a safe bet to check first.
Of course. Let me go ahead and introduce you to my right-man hand here, if you wish to introduce yourself.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Paladin Roland.
Oh, the Roland. It's called Will. Nice to meet you.
Yes, among a lot of the other individuals that we have in the Church of Odar, Roland here has quite distinguished himself due to his service as well as his own accomplishments as being a paladin. I very much trust him and very much believe that if I were not to be here, then he would be one you may speak instead to.
I'll keep it
However,
in mind.
should you still need of me, you may go ahead and go to him to retrieve myself, if you wish.
I will. I'll keep it in mind.
Of course. Now then, we were going to be heading outside ourselves of the church here, so if you do not mind.
I was going to waste any more of your time as I was searching for specific members of my charges.
Do you speak of Riley? Or another?
I saw them earlier. No, I was more speaking to the members of Lumen.
Lumen? Is this the group with the light colors?
With the yellow, yes.
I see. I have not seen any of those either. I do believe they were here the other day, though. However, I did not get their names, actually. Or perhaps I did, and I do not remember them. Matter of fact, speaking of, if you do not mind, I would like to, how shall we say, get to know you all a little bit better here today. As we have more free time available, I believe it would be wise to understand Rosewood more and meet some of the individuals that encompass it.
I'll be honest, part of that may be a little difficult. The amount of things going on, we have essentially split everyone into 4 separate missions. Scouting the area in preparations for the Leviathan that is supposedly heading this way.
Of course.
A group to search for alchemy material, just in general. As well as a group to buy material that we need here.
I see. And what is the group that is coming here to buy material, if you do not mind me asking?
Well, I know some of them are present in the port already. I believe one of the teams was Team Umbra, and the other was Team... Who was it that we assigned? Apologize, it was a very rapid-fire meeting.
Understandable given the current situation you all in.
My dog's going
I
crazy.
imagine it would be most fortuitous to be on the move quickly, as fast as you can, to get the lay of the land, as well as secure whatever you need. I suppose then we will have to introduce ourselves to them then, and figure out who they are ourselves. You said one group was Umbra. I believe Riley is with them, so we were just about to go and meet with them, so they may accompany us again.
I believe they are Somewhere in the fort, I last saw one of the teams over that way, a little past these market tents. Oh, well, there they are. At least some of them.
And there's Riley right there. Seems they're busy at the moment. We'll stay here for now, so let them talk. Hmm. So, Roland, how were your trips?
Long and cold, but for the most part, not too bad.
Were you able to accomplish the task I sent you out on?
Yes,
Good.
no issues.
It was very good to know. Well, I imagine you could tell what has been going on as late since your departure. I don't believe I need to say more for you to understand.
Yes, I have seen the airship.
Indeed. A unfortuitous arrival, but possibly a good one. Ah, Riley.
Archbishop.
Pleasure to see you again. How was your sleep?
Cold.
Understandable. Any issues?
Not that I can, not that I've been informed of.
That was good to hear then. Oh?
Most of Aqua is fairly busy figuring out what they need to do specifically and what portion of materials they're prepping. So,
Pleasure to meet you both. I'm Asteri Icaris. I wanted to just meet you and introduce myself. I am a follower of Qualm, but I have studied many religion, and honored to meet you.
I see. Stary, was it?
Yes.
Archbishop Victor Halford. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
And this here, as I was about to introduce to you, Riley, is my right hand. If you wish to
Greetings.
introduce yourself.
I am Paladin Roland. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
He assists me with quite a few things here. He is very much dedicating himself to Ordo, as well as making sure to keep to the tasks that have been given to him. As you are also being held to your task here, I would very much suggest for yourself to take any advice that he has for yourself as well. I believe it would be very beneficial.
Of course.
Yes. That being said, you said you are a worshipper of Quam, was it?
Yes, indeed.
And is there any reason you wish to meet with me? Or is it just to introduce yourself?
Just introduce myself, sir.
I see.
That is all.
I understand then. I suppose I should go into the others then. We were thinking about introducing ourselves more to your group today. So much patrolling around as we were yesterday. So we do not know many of the members that you have within Rosewood. I believe it would be best to get to know them. So if there's any individuals that you believe might be best to, well, introduce us to, or if there's any individuals within the town itself that would be wise to know about, it would be best if we get introduced then.
well, as I said, Aqua's fairly busy planning, so I was only able to pull
I'll
one
return back
person
on.
away.
Thank you for your time, sir. It has been an honor to meet you.
Of course. And if you ever wish to go to the church and learn more, you may go ahead and do so freely.
Thank you. I heard it was open, so I paid a visit to it earlier. It's quite a beautiful place.
Well, thank you. We try our best to make sure that it is kept clean as much as we can.
Of course. The only thing we can do, keep a holy site very cleanly and nice. I'm gonna return back
Indeed.
to my team now. Thank you again for your time.
Rather
I
respectable
apologize.
person.
Ah, yes. Several of them try to be, but right now it's kind of a mass strategy and figuring out what they need to do to complete today's objectives.
Mm. And if you don't mind me asking, you said these objectives were to scout around, grab materials, as well as what else?
Purchase materials. Many of them are having to figure out what we have so they can trade. Since we have two separate teams trading, they need to be able to communicate with each other to make sure they're not offering up material that the others offered up as well. So, it is multi-team bonding on top of material gathering.
I see. Well, if I would recommend, Brosnan's usually hold in charge of the trade here, so as long as you keep on amicable terms with them, you should be alright. However, some of the Raylands as well do also offer trade as well. They might be less of a problem for you all, if you're able to get a contact for one of them.
I'm sure they'll figure it out. If need be, I'll be hopefully nearby, but at least within easy communication.
I understand. And do you wish to speak with me as well?
More so that I would like to introduce myself to the paladin.
Hmm.
If that is
Well?
allowed, of course.
Of course. Yes?
My name is Helma Nomathetis, a fellow follower of Ordo.
Archbishop,
I am just simply more than happy to
Yes.
is there anything that
Make
you
your
wanted me
acquaintance.
to say?
Likewise.
Well, like I had
My
said
name is
previously,
Roland.
just simply introducing
I am a
myself.
paladin. It is a
However,
pleasure to meet
like I
you.
said previously, as your standing orders, if anything would
Pleasure's all
happen,
mine.
If you need
then
anything, always be sure to ask us
that is
first,
all for right now.
and we will do our best to accommodate you.
Understand.
Understood.
is
I'll make sure to
a,
keep that in mind.
My
No, I don't wish
captain
to
has
pull you
disappeared.
aside from anything.
At some point, I'd like you to meet my captain.
Very well then.
But I do not wish to take up your time if you are busy somewhere else.
I am not busy currently, so I am free to meet with them if you wish.
Please excuse anything that my team may say.
As far as vantage point from us, given any ability to be up on the walls, I don't think there's really anywhere that we could get into overhead view area.
Luca,
Would you follow
Hey, Angio.
against all forces, perhaps taking a look over there? Possible vantage
I wanted to introduce you
perhaps
to
see a better
the
spot.
Archbishop.
You would like a necklace, right?
This is my
Within the
captain.
towers by our training field?
Victor Halford,
Today.
Archbishop.
And a hat?
have the neck.
Lucan is here.
Captain of Umbra.
And if you wish to explore House, then
I see.
you just don't be...
Hello, hi. Greetings.
Spend on the
It's a
whole
pleasure to
thing.
make your
That's all.
acquaintance. Hello.
Something about it. It would be half.
Sorry, just testing voice lines.
How has Lily been for you?
I would think, well,
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
how's Riley,
Hello.
man?
Yes.
Been an important asset to our team. They're the shield on the front line for us, as well as one of our healers.
Larian.
I see. And in any other fashion?
If we do use this general side, we also
They're with
have
us today.
I'd say they've been dependable, sir.
Dependent.
Oh, good luck.
Seems like quite a few people have been saying that about you.
incursion by
The captain will listen to
Really
you.
on
He
our
never
own.
listens to me about anything. So what?
Good to hear.
involving anything
involving the church specifically.
I don't imagine it'll be much of a problem if Riley here is with us for quite some time. Do you?
When you mean quite some time, what do you mean?
Well, I imagine they'll be pulled away for their duties with the Church of Orion. And that might take quite a bit of their time away from, well, Rosewood.
Riley's mentioned it to me in the past, that she might have some duties with the church. That's fully understandable.
With haste,
I can bring
Good then. I don't imagine we'll have any trouble then.
Okay.
That being said, do you wish to introduce yourself or any others within your team to myself?
How did you sleep?
What on earth, if it pleases you, sir.
Well, I did say I was going to be meeting with some of the other folks within Rosewood today, so I'll be doing that.
No, I don't.
Any particular
So,
reason?
Very well.
You snored last night.
Well, behind me is one of my teammates, Angio, and Amber Quill. Must have been Luca.
That I'm willing to.
I imagine they may be a little too busy right now to speak with us or introduce themselves.
I don't
So
know.
safety will be
Small,
nice,
I don't
you
think
know.
it's going to be.
We are on a mission right now to secure some supplies, sir. It might have to wait. Stuck under the bed. I apologize for the inconvenience.
That suits you.
It's quite alright. I was already informed about it.
Underneath, they had to be grabbed by the
Is there anyone else
appreciate the
within
understanding.
Umber here? Or is that all?
As of right now, I think
Also,
this is
before
everybody.
you leave, one last thing.
I think his boots were just right at the back.
Specifically, if you find
You see?
anything specifically, if there should be any Riftwatch
Well,
member that
as I
is
have told many of the other members of
just in
Rosewood,
case
if you
we
wish to
see
visit
any
the
of them
Church of
sneak
Orion,
around within
which is right
Helsinki
over here,
around.
you may
Try to
freely
keep
do
one
so.
alive
The church
as
is
well for
open to anyone.
interrogation.
If you have any
We're not
questions
going
for
to
myself,
interrogate him. My
you may
father
also
will
go
be
ahead
very
and freely ask
interested in
them.
such things.
Or if I'm not available, then you can ask my right hand.
Did you lie on your
No
stomach?
promises, but requests, please.
Very good.
Not going to.
Everybody.
From
Oh,
me,
what was his
this
name?
was an
So go
order.
ahead and
And,
freely ask them. Or if I'm not available,
Sorry, I had a headache there. Hi, I'm Roland.
You should just do a double size and then lie on the wings. Roland,
Oh, Hammer.
good to
Yes.
meet you. If I have any questions, I'll be sure to let you all know.
if I happen to not be available and, well,
Bow
it's a
too
question
deeply.
for myself, then you may go ahead and tell him and I will be able to eventually get to you.
Do you like press your wings or anything?
Understood.
When you're, like, asleep?
That being said, I do believe there's someone else that wishes to speak with me.
No, overall, I just wish to also make sure that the conversation here is happening that is not any sort of annoyance to you, Archbishop.
Oh, no. As a matter of fact, I insisted.
By all means. Do not wish to interrupt by any means.
Of course. As a matter of fact, I believe there are some of the members of yours here. Would you like to introduce them to me?
If you wish to in itself, of the entirety of the initiative, or specifically of my
Do you
team.
ever chew your tail? Yeah.
Well, everyone that is here currently would be fine. It doesn't have to be the
Oh,
entire
nice.
initiative all the time.
Well, I mean, before he excuses himself, this would be Luca. He is specifically the captain of Team Umbra, so if there's any sort of
He's
matters
already
that might be
introduced
relating to any...
When we were in the ocean.
Fantastic. Any sort of problems that might be with Umbra should be directly sent to him.
Trying to
as
figure
the
out this
superior
guy's
person here.
pose.
Reasons for that, or is it
When it
just
comes
like
to, I'm sure that you've already been introduced to Riley over here.
Eating, I would get like really
Of
They
course.
are
and then I would be like chewing
helpful.
Alright, team.
When it comes to
Let's,
my team over here,
we got supplies to
you
buy.
see at the stand currently engaging with buying and selling things, that is Vespa. He himself is quite proficient when it comes to his skills and talents in the understand of poison magic, but also specifically of his knowledge when it comes to the Celestines, as well as any of these other happenings. He might be a beneficial person to talk to in case of any current discoveries when it comes to Rosewood's understanding of what is currently happening with the Celestines. We ourselves, specifically due to having engaged with a couple of things, due to the fact that we're related, the fact that we have involved ourselves with the Rift Beast when it comes to combat, we need to understand, well, both allies as well as potential enemies. Vespa is
Of course.
one of the best people to ask when it comes to these matters. The other person right behind there would be Shuri, specifically. They are currently unsorted. They are still trying to find their spot within the initiative, but they are also capable when it comes to stealth operations, are capable when it comes to using wind magic, but are also capable to be interesting talking company. The person behind Shuri specifically is Nil. He himself is more of a quiet fellow, still also unassorted, trying to find their spot within the initiative. He uses, just like me, ice magic. Overall, his combat prowess seems to be at close-range combat specifically, striking quickly and making sure that these strikes are also very precise. The person who is wearing the same team colors as I am, that is Helma. She specifically might be also of interest to you since she is also a follower of Ordo.
Yes, she has
She
personally introduced
specifically,
herself to me.
I can imagine, specifically with an archbishop here, it is a great honor for her to have met you. She
I don't believe
specifically.
She had mentioned that she was a follower of Ordo, though.
She did.
Really?
Did she? I see.
She did. She specifically, Specifically, she is on a little bit of turmoil and on a recovery path specifically, because from my understanding, she was a follower of Scorn. After everything that has happened with in the realm of Ordo, I'm sure she is under a little bit of the rest, distress, and confusion. But she is holding herself, and she is not a liability to our cause or Ordo's cause. I can give you that confirmation from my end.
I see. Well, I believe it may be prudent for me to speak with Riley, sorry, not Riley, Helma then, about that situation here in the future.
If you wish for me to set up a conversation for the matters, I can gladly assist.
If you can, please. I may be right now.
We're still trying to find ourselves a campsite for Lumen specifically. But overall, if there's a potential conversation to be had with Helma, then I can absolutely set that up for you, Archbishop.
I see. Well, that'll be very prudent of you then.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you have a
Yes,
chance
of
to talk
course.
to your
Sorry,
sister?
could I borrow you for a moment, please?
Of course, feel free to.
For probably that 16 gold.
16 gold?
Excuse me, Barrett.
I don't know if that's a good deal or not.
Yeah, Malik said that we would trade in kind, Captain.
Seems that the rest are already heading out. Not many others here,
It would seem so.
aside from the regular townsfolk.
They may come back.
I believe we will need to speak in private for a moment about something. Let's head back to the church for now.
Yes, sir.
Kid, you're not gonna find anybody who's gonna
And I'll do so. Until then, I'm still needing to do of operations with Rosewood, but I'm sure people in Rosewood would be quite interested in a little bit of.
Discord.
Oh, okay. There's also God right there, too.
Hey.
So we just learned,
Oh God. What's up?
Yeah, so we just learned that Helma is a worshipper of Scorn.
Howdy.
In turmoil about it. At the moment of time, I believe what we're probably going to do is pull them aside and
VC.
figure out what we're going to do from there. Yeah.
You're gonna pull them aside and what? Sorry.
We're going to probably pull them aside and talk with them in private, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They told
Yes,
me personally when they're introducing themselves, so I should be able to go up and ask them probably. Because I also told them explicitly that we would, show them hospitality and help them to the best of our abilities whenever they needed.
Mhm.
Because, they're
If
part of
you can, Lace, what we're probably going to do, we might set up a little scene here. If you could go get Helma and bring them here.
Also, for your quality of life, your knees are a little bent. If you want to play space up just a little bit, Varen.
How's that?
A little better, a little more.
Boop.
Little more. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna be around, but I'm gonna hop back down.
I have a little chain sound
question,
effect.
though, in regards
Is it
to
too
that.
loud?
I do know Scorn basically is a traitor to us.
Yep.
I'm thinking of a bit of a manipulation play to get him back on our side a bit here. I'm thinking we're gonna tell them that we don't know specifically what happened to Scorn. We just know that
Okay.
something happened between Scorn and the other three, and we're gonna try to get them to give us more information.
Okay. I will give you a heads up that they don't know what exactly happened, but they know that he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah. You can see if you can pick at the wound, see what happens.
Yeah.
Cool.
Try to
Thank you.
get him
I
on
just
our side.
realized that I'm using the
Alright.
wrong mic on
Thank you.
Discord. Is my chain thing audible? And is it too loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too loud.
Alright, good. I think my headphones,
Well,
even though I've had
if
them
you
plugged
wanna
in all
go
day,
grab
are
them.
low. So it'll be fine. I should have a good few hours before I need to plug in my headphones. My headset's good, though. So I'll go grab them. Shall I bring them back here?
Yep. Go ahead and grab him. Bring him back.
Alright, do you want to stand behind there and do like a turn around and go, well, 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 like a supervillain?
No, I'm not doing something evil. I'm gonna do something interesting.
Alright, sir. I'll bring her
So
here.
manipulate. Right.
Let's just check. My checkers are good.
That was better than yours.
Anyone who's willing to pick up a
And see if
sword.
they go lower.
That there is a risk
Go
of
off
having
an
a cleaver
adventure.
thrown at you in that case. Just walking up and telling them that.
Pardon? Have any of you seen Miss Helma?
Yeah, I just don't know where we'd find another merchant. No, sorry, not recently.
Very well.
Nice change. I like them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You said you took pity on him. How? Did you lower your prices?
They're already.
I'll go back to her and see if she'll lower the price on the crate of medicines, but other than that, we just need building supplies.
Very well. Sigh. Right. Okay, I think Helma is outside the city. Do I have permission to leave?
Go for it.
Alright.
Very nice to meet you. I hope that I could be of service.
That is a paladin of Volto.
Let me find my boy. Let me get him all prepped up. I'm his cut man, so I'll let him know about this fight. Just otherwise, assume the slot is filled.
Please do. I'll consider it done then. Why, thank you.
quickly.
Come along then. I think our work is done.
We can fill him in.
Good shot.
later.
You showing the wires. Okay, yeah. It's probably for the best.
Neil, sure.
Miss Helma?
With us today?
Okay.
Yes.
The Archbishop would like to have a word with you in the church. He wanted to talk to you about recent events.
Of course. Am I relieved?
If you have any prior obligations, I can always let him know that you'll be on his way.
Perhaps come back to me in about 5-10 minutes.
Very well.
So yes.
I'll find you then.
Sometimes you have to read a bit between the lines with that sort of thing.
I'll try not to be far.
Paladin.
let you know. If we find anything we can harvest, but I just don't know about the legality of that with us not being, citizens around here.
And there he is.
Was this recent?
Did you find her?
Yes, she has some prior obligations she must attend, and she asked for about 10 minutes or so for her to clear those up. I will go out and search for her after that.
Very well then. We will have to wait until later then to have this conversation.
That is fine.
For right now, though, know that, well, things have changed not in the greatest way within the Church of Ordo. I will leave that at that for now.
I see.
Let's head back outside. I'm actually quite curious. Would you happen to be interested in anything in the marketplace here? Quite a few different goods besides trade goods that you may perhaps
no.
use.
My team are actually sorting that out for me.
I see.
Anything that I need, most likely the team needs as well.
I see. Nothing personal?
Well, and Jill had an idea.
Yeah.
No, not I believe I can get.
Rather, I'm conveying a message.
I see.
Apparently there is
Very
a
well
need
done.
for necklaces.
Hmm.
What do you mean a need for necklaces?
Hey, would I be allowed to randomly pay for people's stuff as a token of goodwill?
Sometimes you just need to.
Honestly, why not? Go for it.
Okay, cool. Because I think that'd be pretty cool.
How have things been?
It's going well. Going pretty well.
It's good to hear. Anything sold today?
Oh, we got a couple orders in. Things people are gonna come pick up later.
Tell me, how many health potions do you have on stock?
You say that again?
Health potions.
Health potions, yeah. How many do you need?
I'd say about a dozen or so.
Ooh. Alright, well, I did sell a couple earlier. If you want to give me a little bit to replenish my stock, I could get those ready for you.
If need be, if you need to prioritize the new folks that have come in over a purchase for us, then go ahead and do so. We can try to find someone else to purchase from.
I do. I can get you half right now. I can get you half in like 10 minutes.
I believe that's doable.
Sounds good.
Oh, I should totally add a potion toggle onto my avatar. It looks so boss.
You have the purse on hand, correct?
Yes, of course.
If you could go ahead and pay them then.
What would the total be up to?
For you guys, I'll do 6. 7. I'll settle for 6. That's fine.
Take 7.
Oh, thank you. All right, these 6 are for you guys now, and I will have the rest for you soon.
You have a good day.
You as well.
Let's take those back to the church. You can go ahead and set them up over there.
Yes, sir.
Good to have health potions on hand, especially with these trying times. I imagine some of the guard will most likely benefit from it in the coming days.
Mm-hmm. Will be quite beneficial. I'm confident in my abilities, but I'm afraid I do not believe we could heal everyone should they be injured.
Indeed. Now, what else were we needing on the docket today in terms of supplies?
I believe we were running low on parchment.
Parchment. We'll have to see if there is a store available. I don't reckon there might be, especially out here.
Likely not.
We'll have to see though.
I picked up some bundles on my way back, but I found the options were rather limited.
We'll have to figure something out then.
We could always acquire some hog skin.
That could do well, indeed. Let's go ahead and grab some. Hello. We're looking to perhaps potentially buy some skin if you have any available.
Which cut? Sorry.
What was it specifically?
Hog skin.
You said
we could use
hog
that in
skin.
place of
Hog skin.
parchment.
I do have a goat I could slaughter. It's back
That
in
could
the
work.
pen, but
That will work.
Alright, we'll say...
They didn't exactly tell me.
Yeah, it's lived its time. If you just want the hide, I can run you, like, a gold.
I suppose.
Go ahead.
Archbishop.
Yes? There you are.
You know where my house is. Tell my boy you paid and he'll settle
Apologies,
you.
I also made a mistake in my.
Alright. I'll leave this
function.
here.
They're not an ex worshipper. They are still a worshipper. My bad.
I see. Well, have you finished the purchase?
Yes. We will have to go and
Alright.
collect the skin at a later date. And by later date, I mean
Very
a
well.
few hours.
Well, I reckon we could probably send you another guy to go retrieve it then.
Yes.
But we have more pressing concerns. Come, let's head back to the church to discuss this matter.
Of course. Could be funny.
You will have to do. So, before I go into anything whatsoever, I do wish to know, do you all happen to know anything about what has happened to Scorn? O'Reilly, you had said no, but Helma, since you are a devout worshipper of Scorn, it'd be best to hear from yourself.
I cannot say that I am aware of any situation. No?
I see. Are you perhaps aware of what has been going on as of late when it comes to anyone praying?
Not exactly.
That, yes. I mean, the prayers have stopped going through, essentially. Doesn't feel like there's anyone listening.
Indeed. As a matter of fact, this occurred as of a few days ago, when I had lost my connection with Scorn. Now, the reason why I wish to ask you this is because, since you're a devout believer, I believe you would also hold a connection as well to Scorn. However, if you also do not possess said connection, then I fear something may have come to pass. And I do not wish to say this amongst some of the more lower-ranking members. However, Riley, since you are working to become an Inquisitor, it is something that you will have to know about. Especially given this is a very recent change, and Halma, since you are a devout worshipper as well, and, well, do you trust them?
A lot, yes.
Then I believe it is right for you to know as well. We believe something has happened to Scorn. Something that has tipped the balance, as it were. We believe that amongst the higher-ups that Scorn has, well, passed away. By who or what, though, we don't really know.
I beg your pardon?
Yes. Scorn has passed. We're not sure why.
I see.
Indeed. It is very much a harrowing thing to feel as though your Celestine that you believed in for so long is all of a sudden gone. I know. I understand very well what that means. However, do know that we of the higher-ups of the Church of Ordo are looking into this matter to figure out what is going on and to figure out what has happened to Scorn. For in so doing, perhaps we may be able to achieve justice in another way.
What of the others?
I see.
As far as the others, I did not feel any sort of severing of connection when the connection was cut from Scorn. So I believe right now, as it stands, we do not know specifically. But I would like to believe that they are still alive as well.
I see.
Indeed. Something seems to be brewing within the celestial realms. Something rather big and unprecedented. And it may have to do with, well, some of the things that have been going on around Australia as of late as well. Something that you, will be very keenly aware of.
The rifts.
Yes, the rifts. But be rest assured, we will try our very best to figure out what has happened and get to the bottom of it.
I see.
However, as it stands right now, it would be best if we keep this on the down low for right now as to not ensue panic. Learning that a Celestine has passed will most definitely, especially with another recent one as of late, that will cause even more panic to ensue than ever before, and that will not be good for anyone. We must make sure to keep the balance, and we must make sure peace and order remain. So even though we will have to be a little underhanded with this and not tell everyone at first, we will tell everyone with time, if it is to keep the peace.
Of course.
And Helma,
Once.
I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
If you ever wish to find a place where you need to be privated away, or wish to speak with one of us about this, feel free to do so, as I have said before.
I will make sure to keep that in mind.
I believe another one of yours is coming. I shall cut this conversation here then.
Awesome. Thank you, Archbishop.
Of course. Remember, do not talk about this.
Of course.
Your name is Asteria, correct?
Yes, Archbishop. Asteri. I'm here to actually talk with you two, if that is alright, if I'm not interrupting anything.
We had just finished our conversation.
Oh,
So
alright.
you may go ahead and grab them.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you again.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Helma,
Yes.
before you go, the end is never the end. Keep your chin up.
Understood. Thank you.
Maintain the charade for now. We'll see where there were flies later. However, if they do continue to worship Scorn as it is, they will also likely be branded a heretic. And they shall have to be dealt with eventually. With that being said, I believe our shopping is completed, so... I do believe there's still a few others that we'll need to visit among this Rosewood group.
Shall we?
What shall we do
go
in the
then?
meantime?
We could always wander
I suppose
around
we
town.
can, yes.
Perhaps they may let us visit their camp.
suppose.
They may have wounded they need injured,
Maybe.
or they have wounded that they may need treated. Sorry.
Then let us do so then.
I will warn you.
We'll have to figure out if they'd be more willing to invite us to their camp here in the future. But as
Yes.
of right now, we will see.
I will warn you, sir. Should any trouble arise, I will be restricted to only my bindings. My hammer is currently being repaired, and although I could easily create a new one, that one has sentimental value.
I see. Well, we shall see about handling that post-haste then, so that you are back up to fighting speed.
Yes, I brought it to the smith as soon as I entered town.
That one is a good lot, actually. They have not aired us before. They've been able to take care of us despite their proclivities. But we shall see what happens in the future. Hopefully they're able to keep such a, well, good relationship with us. Don't believe we had met those two before. However, it seems like they are shopping.
Perhaps as a sign of good faith, we could pay for their purchase.
Perhaps. If you wish, go ahead and do so.
If I may beg your pardon, how much was that purchase? How much was that purchase?
Right now?
This purchase right here. Here,
2 gold.
I will pay. As a sign of good faith from the Church of Ordo.
Oh, thank you.
Do enjoy your stay here.
Are you the Inquisitor or the Paladin?
I am the Paladin.
Oh. Oh, and Winter.
Excuse me,
And this
Archbishop.
is,
Would
I
you
don't remember your name.
mind if I
Oh,
no, you
Casey.
give it to
time
me.
for an important conversation?
This is Casey.
Good to meet you.
Yes, me and Casey have met.
Lead the way.
Riley will be joining as well. Do you
It's
mind
good to
if
see
we
you
have
again. I always forget. Father, right?
Of course.
No. I am Roland.
Roland,
I do not go
we'll
by
be heading
father.
back to the church for the meantime.
Roland. Well,
Well, I must
good
be
to see
leaving.
you out and about, doing good deeds.
Yes, I just came back into town.
I'm guessing you know this one then.
Yes.
Speaking of Roland,
Pardon,
Businessman,
Roland.
you have been out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty good.
The Archbishop is
Yes.
giving a
I'd say
talk
it's
in the
been a great
church.
day.
If you wish to join us.
Very well. I'll be over in a short moment.
That's good.
Winters, what are you doing?
Need some help behind the counter, brother?
hey, welcome back.
Did you have something
I
for
have
me?
the rest of your potions here.
Ah, thank you.
Sorry for taking a break.
Thank you.
As always, you and your partner are always Very, very, very much appreciated.
Did you forget us already?
We appreciate you.
I thought I was under the... As I was here last time, I was under the impression you did not like being referred to as brothers in public. My apologies. I may have misinterpreted.
Good to meet you. What's yours?
Regardless, the Church of Ordo always appreciates you. You four are a great asset.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you and your business. Anything you'd like?
Well, I'll be off. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
You as well.
So, how much have we made today?
And then over there is our health potion and our like alchemy.
I'm watching over the shop for my pa. I think we have like books and
rather good stronghold to have, as well as the working relationship with the Bonsons and Raylands.
My apologies for the
I believe
delay.
it is
The rest of the
best-
potions were completed.
Good to hear. Go ahead and put him to the side then. I believe it is best to work towards stability and order between all three of us, even despite our differences.
I agree. To unite, as Qualm's teachings would teach me, to bring us together. So, this conversation is about us Rosewood have developed a shield generator that will help protect this land. However, it only has a certain range, and we are afraid of potential pushback that we may receive from the people of Holston. Their pride may get in the way. We wanted to ask of your assistance, if you may be so willing. Riley can attest if need be.
You wish for me to help with the negotiations in order to establish a shield generator here?
Yes, if that is alright with you, Archbishop.
Well, it would not be the first time I've had to speak with these Bronsons, specifically Goodman, about certain matters. Nor would it be lost. I'd be more than definitely happy to help with this matter, especially if it helps maintain the peace and stability of this location.
That is the idea. We want to maintain the peace and stability to make sure that no Riffies can come in. However, depending on the placement of the shield generator, it may exclude the church. Is that something you're willing to part with?
I don't believe that will be a problem, actually. If it is going to be at the stronghold, which most likely they will be placing it at, since the Bronsons hold that location with extreme fervor, I believe if it is going to be there, our church will be more than enough in location for it. Especially
Additionally,
given how close it is.
if it is outside of the portal, or whatever, shield, was it? I wasn't listening.
Shield generator.
Yes. Well, if it is outside of your shield, I believe that we are more than capable of defending our church.
Indeed.
Alright. I will have you in talks then with my captain, and if you'd like to bring Riley along or anything, if you have any questions for them specifically, or of Rosewood itself, feel free to ask them. I'm just here as a messenger and someone who believes in protecting the people and also maintaining order in a sense.
I see. Then, as a recommendation, before you go anywhere with this whatsoever, I would definitely recommend for you to get to know Goodman better, so you'll be able to be on his good graces when you're talking about this. Much of the conversations, as well as negotiations that we've had with each other, well, if it were any other person, most of those conversations would go sour very quickly. He is a very proudful man. He is some would call him a tyrant, others would call him the savior of sorts, but he is the man in charge here.
Of course.
If you were to learn how to placate him to make sure that such needs are met, that they, subscribe to his beliefs and his values, and they are beneficial to him specifically, as well as to others, as a secondary, then he is more willing to work with you all. However, I would talk with their daughter as well as their son, about Goodman, too. As I reckon that he will, well, Barrett specifically will have quite a bit to tell you about. And that will definitely come in handy. As for the negotiations itself, if you wish for me to stand in and be on your guys' side in favor of you placing a generator here, I can do so. And I will try my best. However,
Thank you very much.
At the end of the day, if Goodman does not agree, if the general does not agree whatsoever and thinks this is a poor choice, then it will not happen. You have to convince him, not myself.
Of course. We thought it'd be fair to also ask you as well, since you are a resident here and taking part in a very important thing. Riley, anything you wish to say?
I've seen the shields work myself in Norandel and other locations, and they have managed to save cities with these inventions. And it would most likely help us tip the balance in against the Rift Beasts.
Then, in that case, what we'll probably do then is have you as a personal eyewitness to the effects of this barrier, or this generator, that you call it, as well as... Has the sun been around long enough in Rosewood to have noticed it as well?
Sorry, repeat that again?
Barrett. Has he seen it?
Yes, he has.
Okay. Then I believe with the combination efforts of 2 eyewitness testimonies, it'll help convince him as well.
Thank you so much for your time, Archbishop, and your wisdom.
Of course. Is there anything else you wish to speak of?
Besides, to just be safe, no. I
Very well
will report this to my team, and we may be in talking soon, so do not be surprised if someone in blue approaches you to speak.
Very well done. And, as always, the church is open to anyone. Do make sure the rest of Rosewood know about that.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure of it.
Of course. That being said, I believe we will be heading back outside. Were there any other purchases besides the skin?
I do not believe there's anything off the top of my head, unless you did not procure any more candle arrangements while I was away. When I left, I believe we were running low on wax.
I've already handled that.
Very
Yes,
well.
I believe I've already handled that matter. Actually, something has been brought to my attention. Thanks to that. Riley. I do know about the, well, less than savory rumors about Rosewood. However, how do I put this? I believe it would be best, if we can, to try to figure out if these rumors are true or false.
That Rose had been a bad omen?
Well, no. The other rumors. About the occult users. I believe it may be for the best in order to, well, I would not say round them up, but gather them together to see if they have control over their powers and see if, well, they have been properly trained.
Yes, sir. Do you want them in a specific location?
It could be here, or we could do it over in the, well, the arena.
It might
That
be
could
better
work
for
as
the
well.
arena.
It could, yes. I'll have to remember how exactly to get there, as I've not been there in some time.
Very well. I will go look into that.
Of course. Now, I will go ahead and state, I already heard from Grand Inquisitor Octavian that there are a few sanctioned occultic users. Those are the ones that I would like to see. I want to make sure
Do you
that
have
they
names?
are... I do not, no.
I see.
I'm afraid that was not a part of the information I was given.
I see. I will go look into that then.
Very well. And would you happen to know anything about this as well?
The occult users? Sadly not. I am a more recent addition to the Rosewood initiative.
I see. Well, to assuage your fears then about the very group that you work with, quite a few months ago actually, there were some bad rumors going around about there being occultic practices within Rosewood. Now, we did have the Grand Inquisitor activity over there, and he was training occultic users properly in order to handle such matters. However, given the fact that these rumors have spread out, something, I believe, may have gone amiss with that. And it'd be best to get to the bottom of that to figure out what is going on. But not only your sakes, but also Grand Inquisitor Octavian's as well, since he is the one who trained them.
Of course.
That being said, that is all I have to speak about for right now. Unless someone else wishes to pull me aside for a private meeting. I believe I have had around 4 or 5 of those now.
I'm very dearly sorry, sir.
A joke.
I don't have anything as of right now, but Paladin Roland, at some point I'd like to talk to you.
Absolutely. So long as I'm not
Maybe
needed.
later, I need to go.
So long as I'm not needed by the Archbishop, I should be free. Whenever you have time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very
I
much
wish you
again,
both
sir.
luck out there.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get reading this document!
Good luck. Good luck.
Fuck. What's my cover story? What mission did you send me out on?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it wasn't showing up for me for a second. Essentially, I sent you on a scouting mission because you thought there were like occultic users out there. Because there are rumors, that there might be cultists out there. So I sent you on a scouting mission to figure out what the cultists were.
Like to a specific region? Like, was I following Rosewood or a different group?
Different group.
Okay.
You say you were successful, but it was a different group. Essentially,
Yeah,
you found the wrong occult user.
Yeah.
Is that a raven that has entered our nest?
I believe so. Do you believe this to be a bad omen? Ravens, I believe, are spies. So.
Quite curious. Now, what are you doing in here, little one?
Might be a messenger from a rhino. Oh, it's a cute little tag.
Perhaps you should head out for now, Paladin.
Of course.
Now, what are you doing here?
Feel free to mute in VC if you don't want me hearing.
Maybe even live species.
How much for it?
I could run you around. Alright. I can run you around like 5 gold.
They need to build carrots.
You don't think he's sitting over there because of that confident with
Don't you have something nice on you?
There's always actual trade. I mean, you could always help get lumber for me, or
There you go.
if you know anyone that can do mining, you could probably mine up some rock.
Boy would love some help along. With some sort of thing.
Hold on. Oh, okay.
Yes, I would love to be of assistance. Before I make this purchase,
Are we gonna go hunt them down, try to convince them?
Oh my god. What is he doing?
Make the deal. Go get him.
Get him.
I have a better idea.
You have, okay, well. Yeah, and when have your ideas ever been good?
You?
We need like a yeller to advertise, you know? Staying out there.
Right now, I'm reading the Ordo stuff.
This is a family heirloom. This came
You
from
know
my
that,
father.
right? Never mind that. I just thought there was an order. I had no idea.
No, it's alright. Everything on me is, the only thing is I have a pouch filled with thumbfuls, but
I mean, you've been on the team with Ivor for a good while now, so I'm surprised you didn't know his name.
Related, but I do remember making a trade with someone recently. Around like a week or two ago. It makes it a little weird. It is the celestial thing.
oh, I mean, I'll take it. How much will this run me for the encyclopedia plus the celestial thing?
If you do not want to do gold, I would probably trade you for getting me
This is Malik.
like a big box worth of like iron and minerals or anything like valuable for my paw and what is my name? And some resin. You can probably tap some from a bunch of the
Did
trees
they
that are
make any
nearby.
mention of where they saw
The
this?
trade, the resin I can do. Do you mind if I get some help for the mining? I know a few folks that maybe. Alright. Do you know where there are mining spots I can go to?
May not have a
that
brain,
is, like, open?
but I got a plan.
Oh, yes, and how often does that work? What are you doing?
Hello, Winters.
What are you doing?
Trust me.
You gotta go. You gotta go now. Your competition going.
Can you
Guys, I'm screaming. Let him know.
Competition.
that
We're
I
one
have this
family.
Discussion?
Well,
I'll discuss it with him when he gets here.
there's a couple of caves nearby that have a bunch of minerals and such, so you'd probably be there.
Alright.
Any mineral is fine, anything.
Give me 1 second.
I want to preface this
What is
very,
he
very
doing?
carefully.
What is Grush
We have
doing?
your permission, a household person that lives here, of
What
course,
is-
allowing us to go within your mind to do an errand for you.
You have all my permission.
There we go. We just need to, because us being outsiders and all, if we are seen within.
That makes sense, yeah. Yes, you are more than willing to go into the caves and mines and trade.
Alright.
but you can do that.
Alright, do I need to do the payment first, or can I bring these back with me now? You have my sworn word that I will get these things done.
You swear on Qualm?
I swear on Qualm.
If you don't, I'll make sure everyone here knows your name and you'll never get business from us, okay?
Yes!
You just endeavored yourself, boy. Look what you did.
Thank you for the business. Pleasure.
Thank you.
I can't lie. I don't know. My father taught me better. If I'm going to swear on Qualm, I mean it.
We trust you.
Well,
What are you talking about lying?
sorry about that. What were you saying? I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes
Hello,
you.
pretty bird.
It's just fair to say, hey, I'll get it later. hold it for me, you know?
But I wanted them now.
Nothing. You're... Oh, I don't just like that.
Ivy, you're strong.
As for your payment, I'm probably going to need the 15 gold up front, and then if I can't do it, I'll just get back to you.
How's it going? Oh, we're just waiting, huh?
We have
Where's Otis waiting?
Oh, man. Hello.
What happened there? I've been living in the hole for not years for long now. That's because, you know...
My apologies. I will need that 15 gold before you leave, okay?
Of course. Most of the sales are gone. I do have at least, 3 on me. No, I feel like the guys something that will hold it.
Today us loft brothers will be well fed, you know?
Thank you. I'm thinking a good dinner. And I've been just doing now that we're getting it was warm,
I can hear you. We can literally hear you.
What is it, little one?
Hey, hey. How's business?
I got
I've
3
heard,
out of 15
I've heard,
gold.
wow.
Is there something to be noted?
Oh, what's up? What?
Beautiful. Beautifully done. Come on.
Oh,
Here, come here.
Thank you. Do what I can, do what I can.
Do what you
I
can.
mean, if they're gonna crash into our fort's walls, we might as well do
Lift.
some reparations, you know?
Lift up.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Is there something that you need, little one? Perhaps it is best if we go to a more private location.
When they come back, we'll probably do some of the business.
I pick you up. I'm going to feed you.
We gotta give them new outfits. Yeah.
Come on.
We gotta pick a little bit.
Oh.
Pardon. Do you have any grain? Or
Hello?
perhaps some bread?
Oh. Yeah. In fact, I gave them some bread earlier. Here. Here's the rest of the bread.
Much obliged. How much would that be?
Just it's alright.
Thank you.
I like the bird.
Yes, it looked hungry.
Oh, okay.
We're playing the long game.
We're playing the long game, okay.
Oh yeah.
Are you satisfied? Or was there something else you wanted?
And there it goes.
Have a wonderful day.
You as well.
long as it doesn't interfere with you assisting with the reconstruction.
No, it won't.
Greetings.
Greetings. How
That's
was it?
Quite good. That same bird visited me, I believe. Seemed quite hungry.
Well, I have shooted it away. No need for pests inside of the church.
Yes, I fed it and it was on its way. I believe it was just hungry.
Good.
Yeah, you have a conversation that you can discuss with the Archbishop now if you'd like.
Ah, I believe this is some of the more blue members that you spoke of.
Yes.
Yes.
They can give you further information about what we discussed. And they will be the ones most likely heading the discussion with the general himself.
I see. Well, I suppose you have a few questions that you'll need to ask me then. I suppose we should talk in the church then, if you so wish, or we could hold this at a later time, when you're more prepared.
We can speak now. Unless you intend to be present at the meeting, then I suppose the two of you can either attend this or just don't get into too much trouble. Specifically,
Yes,
Don't sign
I'm gonna
yourself
go
up for
bring
any
these
more
books.
work.
I was doing it as payment. Do I look like I have 5 gold on me?
Possibly.
Oh, I can give you 2.
Do you have 5 gold on you?
Yes. Would you... If you have debts, I would be more than happy to help pay them.
If you are alright with it, sir,
Of course.
Asteri, don't further indebt
I
yourself. You're already
imagine
in
what we
one.
could do
That's
then.
only gets you.
No, because
You're
of the
gonna
king of the other
trade.
debt.
You would have a net zero change in your debt. It would just be who you're.
I imagine he
Except
can
this
do
one could
something for
possibly
us
pay-
then, in
cause
exchange.
interest now.
I can
We
help you
don't
with the
do
church.
interest, no.
Yes, we do not do interest.
Cleaning up the church would be very beneficial to us, yes. However, there may be a few other things that we may wish to have you help us with.
Alright. Captain?
I promise, if it is peace of mind, we will likely have far less for you to do than others you may be indebted to.
Well,
The most you will probably be doing is working on the relay to help maintain the peace. Given that it seems you two are beneficially working with each other,
Yes.
I believe that can be arranged then.
To do to walk off your debt.
Yes,
Yeah, but they might
Thank you.
value that help higher. Who knows?
Thank you. I'll go pay them now.
High value, high risk. That's how it goes around this world.
Yes, they will be able to help as a lay order. I believe that would be beneficial.
I will find her later and pay her.
Okay. Do you want to...
Very well, let's have this conversation then.
Let's have this talk before he makes any more arrangements for himself.
Aye.
The first time... First time, shame on me. Second time, shame on you.
Now then, if this is all of the people that will be accompanying you, or I suppose there is one more.
Forgive me, I was indicating towards Asteri, to the one that he was in debt to.
Now then, from what Asteri has told me, you wish to negotiate dealings for this shield generator in order for it to be put up here. However, from what he had told us, it seems that you will be hitting a bit of a snag due to how large this shield is. Am I correct?
There is limitations which mean we have to take into consideration what parts of the town here will and won't be within the walls of the
I can't believe Monty has a fucking Tony Stark ass like core in his chest, dude. Monty's fucking Iron Man. What the fuck?
I imagine, given
Iron
Goodman
Monty,
and
dude.
his ways, he will most likely be setting this up within the stronghold that he has. If you have seen the large building outside, that is most likely where he'll be setting it up at, and that is where most likely the coverage will start from. I'm not sure how far this will extend, personally. However, given how close the church is, I believe it'll be close enough to be able to help us at least. I am guessing, though, that your concern is with the other folk that are here within the stronghold, and if it'll be able to hold for them. Well, in that case, I believe there's not been a successful attack in some time on Halston itself. Last one being from the Bronsons themselves. So, as it stands right now, we cannot really gauge whether or not if a assault is to occur, or this Leviathan is to show up and things were to go horribly awry, where or what plans they will have in mind. However, what our plans will be most likely to either hold up within the stronghold itself, the keep, or to hold up here within the church. It depends. If there are more here, then we will hold here. If there are less here, then we will not hold here.
How large is the hold itself?
Yes, as it seems we are not allowed beyond the gate unless we are given specific permission upon placement, as I see that be the only exception.
The keep itself is rather large on the inside. I do believe, however...
My question, does that keep have any exposure to the open sky? The projection of the barrier is
Exposure to the open sky? That's something we'll have to investigate ourselves. See more too. I can't give you an answer off the top of my head right now.
Fair enough.
I'm sure the general will be able to answer our question once we have a conversation with you.
Indeed.
I've heard you intend to be present for.
Indeed. I believe it would be beneficial to have something like that that is able to protect everyone within the stronghold, or at least as many as it can. It would be beneficial to everyone. However, there might be a snag in your negotiations. If Goodman were to find this out of favor for himself, if it does not benefit him specifically and only him and the Bronsons, then he will see little reason to even want to have such a shield generator in the first place. However, if you can, shall we say, convince him that would be of benefit to himself and to his people, and maybe perhaps some others along the way, then your negotiations might go better. It's the matter of the general himself that you have to worry about when it comes to this, because of his rather, prideful nature. It very well could be that if you got on his wrong side, he could just outright refuse you all. So, before you could do anything whatsoever when it comes to these negotiations, you have to be able to know the man first. And what better way to know the man than to talk to either his daughter or his son?
His son is honestly amongst our ranks, and I believe we've had enough time spent with him to a point where I think we get to know him to some personal level to different degrees.
But has he talked about his father to any of you? Do you know the nature of his father?
As we made our approach towards Houston, he has spoken of his family on a number of occasions to make us aware of what we would expect coming here, so that we were ready to show proper respect to the ways of the stronghold.
That was good on him then. better to know someone before you interact with them. Indeed. So, with that being said, do you, as the one who seems to be the one that will be heading this negotiation, know about the father?
I've only ever interacted with him one time.
Then before you can even start, I would suggest speaking with Barrett and figuring out more. I myself, along with a eye testimony from Lyle, can assist in that matter. I can help convince. However, if you don't frame the argument properly, then even I will not be able to help.
On the topic of convincing, I suppose it seems wise to let you know what we're intending to propose. Please gauge your opinion on likeliness of his acceptance, or at least sway him to it. We're thinking that containing the fort itself is going to be mostly a waste of an attempt, seeing as it is quite some considerable distance away from the rest of the town and surrounded in walking haste rock by the looks of it. If we do make any considerable efforts to make sure that entranceway is contained in the shield, a lot of viable space is going to be taken up with rock face that, well, is just unusable by folk too.
Well, here comes the man himself.
We don't wish to take much time. If you're currently busy, Halford, I would take your paladin for a moment. There's a dead body you might need to bury.
If it is no travel.
Challenge.
What?
Go handle it.
Okay.
One of the Raylan members decided to challenge my sister. This is what happens when you mess with Bronsons. Paladin, if you mind. Thank you.
But the more space that there is covered outside of entrances.
I hope we didn't intrude too much with your conversations. I'm assuming this is related to what conversation, Paladin?
It is related to this shield that some of your people have spoken of. We are currently trying.
Say from the. Go on.
We are currently trying to decide the best approach to bring it up with your father, so that he might accept. It appears that some among your ranks are fearful that he may be too prideful to accept such a offering.
My father is our father. He's a proud man who values his own strategies and his understandings. But this, again, we could speak of other places that I've seen myself. Such a shield could be a, to say, brilliant ace in the hole, specifically against Rift Beasts. When it comes to the Palvandorians, it should not give much of a defense, but at least when it comes to the menace, it should be able to give us at least breathing room. And how the shield functions, I'm sure the Aethertech engineers will be able to give a more detailed answer. It should be quite beneficial.
We were currently just strategizing how we might bring it up to him in a way that might not offend him. I'm sure both of your inputs would be invaluable to this endeavor.
Mine specifically?
Yours, with vouching of the understanding that this Aethertech device can actually work. You talking together with Celine can probably bring him over at least on a... While he himself is not fully understanding with everything Aethertech, having your word in it, and specifically also the understanding from Rosewood, I'm sure it'll be able to convince him that the device actually works. I'm pretty sure knowing him, he cares more about the strategical use. My advice is give him a potential plan and let him then build off of that. If this plan is stupid, then he will tell you, and my advice is to respect that, even if you might come across as brash.
I'll be sure to relay that. The bishop may wish to speak with you further on this matter later, but I'm sure he will either send me to approach you, or he will approach you himself.
I am sure we are able to do something. I'm pretty sure Halford will have, unless I am directly disposed to the fact that my initiative needs me, I will gladly make time for Halford whenever he needs to. Of course. Now you, Four Eyes. Back of the head slap. Clean yourself up.
What? Yeah, sure. I mean,
We don't need you to.
Wearing the
We don't
blood
need you to
is,
look like. We don't need you to look like cadaver in the middle of it, but at least people know that it happened.
yeah, right. People now know, and suspicion will be spread. I will go clean myself up.
Praying noises, praying noises, praying noises, praying noises. Ooh, I'm praying so hard. Ooh, look at how hard I'm praying. Oh man, I'm praying so hard right now. Oh, you're getting laid to rest. Oh, get laid to rest. Oh yeah, idiot. Oh yeah, get laid to rest, idiot. You are being so laid to rest. Your soul will move on, and hopefully not get sucked into a horrible, horrible portal and get turned into an orb. Preferably not that. Amen.
Now, I am aware that the Grand Inquisitor Octavian was training some cult users over at Rosewood so that they are sanctioned and well trained. However, I am wondering exactly what happened in order to cause these rumors to happen in the first place, and how they got spread. With that being said, we here at Ordo may be talking with a few of your sanctioned occultists in order to figure out what exactly happened and what is going on, as well as to gauge their own capabilities since we do not have them on paper. Not quite yet.
Are you looking mainly to be able to have them on file and record?
Not only that, but I wish to make sure that they're able to control their magic as well.
That is a fair concern.
I understand your worries, Alfred. But from what I've seen, and you can take my word of it, anyone that is potentially an occultic user has been capable and well trained by the Inquisitor. That you should not have any worries that they might be deciding to go a path that would be uncouth or dangerous to the general world. And if anybody should go down such a way, and if anybody would go down such a way, I'm very sure that such things would be immediately reported and made sure to be treated with the utmost care.
Indeed. And I would hope so as well, and I would hope that any such situation or issue would be talked about with the Grand Inquisitor, Octavian. However, as it stands right now, because of these rumors, I personally do have to make sure myself that everything is, well, you know.
As an Archbishop, you have your needs, and I understand that. Over the time being, as we can understand that we are currently trying to still find our footing, as well as make sure that with the existence of Riftwatch potentially on the horizon, if you've already heard not just the news, but also the apparent signals that have been sent out from the mountaintops in the middle of the night, then I can understand that there are currently more pressing matters. Until then, I can at least attest that none of the occult users that might reside within Rosewood are of a danger, and if they should be, we will take care of it, specifically the Inquisitor.
I see. Well, I will go ahead and let you know then that I have already informed Riley, as well as I believe their name is Helma, that I do wish to see them still, and I'll need to test their capabilities.
Of course.
I do not know if they have already started on this, but I do imagine they will be talking with a few of yours soon. And hopefully we could put these rumors to rest.
Of course, Archbishop. If that is the case, then I'm pretty sure everybody else here will inform any potential occult users about the Archbishop himself wishes to investigate their capabilities.
Indeed. As a matter of fact, you can speak with Riley right now.
I will do so.
Work together on it.
Of course, Archbishop.
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you. We must away. We took too much of your time.
Yes, we will do so immediately. Riley, me.
I do believe that he needs to speak with you, actually. But
And I need
what
to
is
speak with you, though. The Chancellor, Malik, has requested.
Give them a second. I've also been having massive headaches today.
Understandable. We shall give them a second then, and none more.
Yes.
A second has passed now.
Perhaps another, as a treat.
Of course. We shall wait another second then. Another second has passed.
Perhaps a second too long.
Indeed.
No, Riley! Oracle, no!
I'll set it up for a moment because my legs hurt. Oh, my legs.
I'm also going to do that. But I can't go invisible, so I'm just gonna, hang out.
So should I invisible all the time?
Are the two of you still in character?
Yeah,
Yep,
Riley was
yep.
about to talk to us, but Oracle crashed.
Okay.
Also,
Have
I
you-
might be causing issues.
Okay,
a
what
little
kind of
bit.
issues?
I might have seen about trying to get cultic users together to quote unquote test them to see what they're capable of.
Okay. All right. Cool. There has been a disturbance.
Was it the kill?
We saw the kill.
The kill.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was
someone
a
died.
rite of passage or whatever. I buried the body.
Yeah, it was a rite of
Oh.
passage, however, though. So on their terms, technically, they did the right thing.
Okay.
Or what was it?
There was
Rite of
some
challenge.
Drozen. Yeah, that was it. Right.
Drozen
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. There has just been a disturbance against Ordo. You don't know what it was, but something feels very off. And you don't know how, but Rosewood is interfering in this war for sure somehow, because now it is not just Solus. You don't know who else, but something is amiss, and they're not telling you the full story.
So I'm gonna have to question Riley even more about that then.
Yeah.
God,
pressure.
this is the
Pressure
worst
them.
time for them to leave. Oh God.
They'll be back soon.
Yeah. I imagine so.
Yeah, shit just.
I
goes
am
on
just
worse.
giving my feet a break because my feet hurt. As a matter of
Yeah,
fact, you know what?
please.
You know what?
I'm also gonna take a small.
Let's go over to these
second.
chairs here.
Yeah. I just need my feet off the ground for a few seconds.
Take your time.
It's gonna look awkward, but oh well.
It's okay. No one cares. It's just a little bit of jank.
Just a little jank.
Okay, I'm actually gonna start eating my burgers because I got 2 full fucking delicious burgers here that I have not had a chance to eat.
Please eat.
Yeah.
But damn. Okay, so we know as a fact something's going on even more so than before now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So,
then we're
the
gonna
chairs
have
are
to action
solid.
them. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, how am I gonna phrase that?
Do I look okay? Is this natural looking?
Kinda. Not really, but the chains look a little
Oh
weird.
fuck!
but
I
that's
accidentally
fine.
reset my full body tracking. God damn it!
Oh no. Oh no.
Give me a second. I gotta fix it. We love the scuff. We live for the scuff.
We live for the scuff. We die for the scuff. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking then. We know that something's afoot, and we just got a vision about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. I'm really hungry. Oh my god. Mm. Butter bacon burger.
I am.
Yeah.
Also, I've been able to record for a bit now. I'm not sure about the quality, but we'll see.
Damn, I feel fucking trackers reset again. Yeah, I've been streaming
Damn.
the whole time, so.
Nice. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully Riley's able to come back.
Yeah.
May not be able to. That'll be the worst time for them if
Absolutely.
they just can't come back.
Let me check absence notice.
Actually, you know what? Let me check their stream. Because they stream.
That's a good idea. Has my chains been like audible enough for you to like hear it and be like,
oh yeah,
that's a
no,
cool thing?
I audibly noticed that people were like looking over towards us. It is perfect, actually.
Fuck
what
yeah,
you're
I
doing
really
there.
want it to be like a nice, like fucking intimidating little thing. Cause I saw as I was passing Monty earlier, him just kind of just stare at me as I was like going. I was returning to the church. And I just passed right by him. I think it was when I had the potions. The second time because I was alone, and he like visibly turned and looked at me as I was passing him. I really hope this is intimidating enough. I decided to temporarily go for a more friendly kind of guy, but it's not like real. You know what I mean? Like, he's pretending to be a friendly guy, but he's not that guy, buddy. I'm guessing most people have gone back to being SCPs, but I'll keep being this guy for a bit longer. So I know Riley wanted to do some private chats with the Paladin.
Alright, they're on their way.
Okay. So what did you and the bird talk about, or was it literally just doing like bird RP?
It was just a bird.
Oh, okay. Cool. It like flew over to
Alright,
me, and I
they're
talked to it for a
almost
bit,
here.
and then I
Get
fed
ready.
it. Alright. Shall I wait by the entrance, or...?
No, we can wait here. That's
Okay.
fine.
I cannot believe Riley
Weird.
sneezed so hard.
I know, right? Alright, let us go greet them again.
Huh, your voice is very powerful right now. I swear I can hear double.
Quite strange, that is. Hope that is not the case anymore.
Yes. I thank you for toning down your general level of power.
Apologies, my head popped.
It is quite alright. These things happen. Now, listen, I believe there are a few urgent things that we actually have to discuss right this very moment, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Mhm.
Right, I see.
Yes. Are you sure there are not other things going on within your Rosewood right now?
What do you mean?
You see, as an archbishop, I've actually talked to Oda before. Quite a few times, actually. As well as a few other Celestines. So I know a few things that have been going on as of late. And whilst normally prayers are not usually received, strangely enough, I did just receive one.
What?
Yes. So, tell you about what your group is doing right now.
From who?
Who do you think?
There's a few.
Order themselves.
What?
Yes. I've just gotten word that apparently something is going on within Rosewood, that they are causing issues. Something
What do you
far
mean?
beyond what they should be capable of. Somehow, some way or another, they're actively interfering with something that is going on within the celestial planes, right this moment.
Archbishop, I don't believe we can do that. We aren't that powerful to be interfering with gods and Celestines, at least. Especially what's going on there.
I know. Well, at least I thought I knew. However, I believe I am wrong in this case, especially when I'm given message to myself that something is happening right this instant. I believe something is going on now. And I believe you may be withholding something from me that I might need to know. Tell me, is there anything at all that is going on that you know of in Rosewood that we need to know?
Archbishop, please don't take this the wrong way, but what exactly did they say? Which god was it out of the gods of Order? Was it Hefner? Was it Straff or Lawton?
Lawton.
What?
Well, yes, it is. Yes, indeed.
Yet he... Okay.
All I know is that something is going on right now, and they have not really given me too much, aside from the fact that all of they have said is that someone is actively interfering with what is going on in the Celestial Realm. Someone, by which, is in your group. And I just received that. So that means something just happened. Right?
Okay, so somebody in our group is somehow intervening with all the Celestines right now.
Yes, someone is interfering with something that is going on.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I believe I may have a lead, but this is not from what has happened just now. It's something that I noticed happened a few days ago. One in a, what was it? A green uniform somehow. Doing something. Interfering with Order affairs. We never saw the physical person, but all we saw was green. And we're not sure what.
Somebody in green who's
here's what we're going to do. Because something needs to be done about this, especially if someone is actively interfering with the Celestial Realm right now and throwing things out of balance. I need you to gather whoever it is amongst this group that you have that wears green. And I need you to bring them here, post haste. We need to figure out what is going on as soon as possible, and we cannot dally on this any further.
Understood. I'll go try and find them. Thank you.
Is everything of healthy matter, Halford?
No. And that is something Rayleigh I have just tasked to her. That will need to be handled post haste.
What is the issue, Archbishop, by all means?
Someone seems to be actively interfering with the Celestial Realm in the affairs of other Celestials. At this very minute.
Right now?
I have just received word of this from Ordo. That something happened here. Something happened with your group. So I am wondering if you have not told me everything. I'm wondering if something is going on afoot, that you are hiding things from me, that something needs to be done.
I myself,
so I have sent them to handle and to grab any of the members that have the green color to them and bring them here.
Of course.
Because I had also received another vision a few days ago as well about someone in green actively going against Order.
Understood, Archbishop. Then,
Indeed.
if that's the case, then I will... If you wish for me to assist in finding members of... The green team would be Team Terra, then I will do so.
Terra. Yes. Help Riley with it, if you can, please.
Of course, Archbishop, immediately.
if you're in Discord.
Hello? Hello?
Hi. So I have told Riley, I've told Barrett to get Terror Team and bring him here. Because that's the only lead I got on who's actively interfering.
Is it Lorium?
I don't think it's Lorium. I know as a fact, though, that Solus did something.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Solus
the clue I
could
have.
do something.
So as
Solus
soon as I
is
going
gonna
to
kill the
I'm bringing him
gods.
aside. This is going to be fun.
Cool. I will be around.
Also, who sent the message among Ordo? Because I said Lawton.
Yeah, we can do that. Lawton
Okay.
works.
Alright, understood. And is there anything else among the message that I would need to know besides someone's actively interfering with the Celestial War?
No, because you don't know quite what's going on, but you sense something is amiss, like magically.
Yeah. I told him I just received word
Actually,
from
let's not use the
Watson
word magically because that's not really magic. But sorry.
that someone has been interfering with celestial matters, essentially.
Yeah, if they ask you how you know that, tell them that
I straight up told him I've been able to contact with Ordo.
they don't need to even like. You don't need to answer to them ever. You are way above them.
Yeah, true.
It shows good cooperation though that you did tell them that, so that's good. But if ever they're like badgering you or like being in a
If they're asking too many
disrespectful
questions,
or whatever,
I'm gonna clear them up and not say it.
yeah,
Or I'm
like,
gonna mislead them.
you can pull rank.
True.
All right. Thank you kindly. You might want to be present for this conversation because
Yeah,
it seems
I'll be
like
around.
yeah. Okay.
What's up, Trin?
I'm gonna sit back down.
Hey Taylor, just wanted to let you know that the meeting regarding the shields and all that, it looks like that's going to be pushed back to tomorrow, most likely.
Okay. You mean tomorrow session or tomorrow downtime?
I imagine we could do either.
Okay, we'll find out.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Probably session now that I think about it.
What are they not telling us?
They are strangers.
Strange as they may be, but they have our ranks within them. Surely they would tell us if anything is amiss or wrong, or that they
Then-
are actively doing things that interfere with the celestial realm.
Then perhaps
Or the
amongst them
Celestials
are
themselves.
those who would not share such details. Perhaps there are cracks and divisions within their ranks.
Something that is perhaps a boon to us. If there are cracks within the ranks, then that means that there's division amongst themselves. They are not united like we are. Perhaps we could use that. Sow the seed of... Well, no. I don't believe I would want to go against balance. Not like that.
Yes.
However, I do believe getting them on our side and on the correct side would be much better in this case.
Well, shall we continue around town, or will we call it here for a bit?
If you can, go ahead and see if you can round up the members of Terra for me.
Absolutely.
Head out.
They are the ones in
I
green,
shall stay
yes?
here in the meantime. Yes.
Alright.
Head out and see if you can find them and bring them back here. And do not mention the name, but if there is one amongst them named Solus, bring them directly here.
Absolutely.
But do not mention it to the others. This is a private talk I wish to have with them.
Of course, Archbishop.
Good.
Yeah, my feet are starting to hurt. Alright, quickly check full body. It looks good. Yeah, looks like all the ox have went and oxed. They're oxing all over the place.
Within the ropes of like, wielding a spear, so perhaps you two can sort of, follow.
Might tickle.
Hey.
Hey.
So
did they
it
do
sounds like
something
they're
else?
actually no, they're gonna come and they're gonna tell you the truth.
Oh my god! Hell yeah!
I don't know what we want to do about
Have
that.
we been playing Nice Guy too well? Do we need to start being assholes?
Yes, we have. Okay, you're gonna have to
It's good
start
to
playing bad cop plays.
Oh, but I don't want. I
Um,
like being nice to people.
Let's try and push into their heads that like interfering with this magnitude of a war could have serious repercussions, and let's see if we can just get them to say that they won't do it again.
Okay.
If they don't agree,
All right.
oh,
We'll
I
see
don't
how
know.
this plays out. I
Yeah,
may
it's
have to
awkward because
reveal.
Penny's supposed to be your apprentice at some point.
I know. No, I think I have an idea how I could play this out. I haven't said anything about Celestial War. I just said Celestial Fairs. So, what I'm thinking is berating them a little bit about the essence of, going against Celestial Affairs and staying to the mortal realm with their shit.
Yeah, I mean, and
It
too, like you
depends
could
on
say,
how
like if
much
it
truth
doesn't
tells.
stop, you have the authority to like, you can't become enemies of Ordo. I guess.
Okay,
That should be
I
enough.
think I see Penny right now. I've been
They're
sent
coming,
out
yeah, they're on their
to
way.
go talk to them, so I guess I'll meet them halfway.
Yeah, meet them
I'll be
halfway,
here.
bring them over. If they're cordial, then stay cordial. If they aren't, then
Roland. I have two.
We'll see how this
of
plays
the
out.
Members here.
Ah,
the captain and
I'm gonna try my best. I might be caught in
It is a
lie
pleasure to
here,
meet you.
or a few.
I am
We'll see how it
Roland.
happens.
I'm a
If I
paladin.
am, then heck yeah, I love it. If I'm not, then oh well.
Pleasure to
I
meet
don't
you,
might
Penny.
want to be with us.
Too.
Sounds the plan.
Solus.
Well then, I'll be happy to escort you to the Archbishop. He's expecting you.
Alright.
Oh boy. It is eerily similar to when I almost got executed. Really? Appreciate it. Yeah.
Actually, question, Taylor.
Ventus
got
is following very close behind. I don't know what their intentions are. What's up?
Okay. So the Festus versus Ordo fight. What happened there? Would I know what happened?
What was that?
Don't mind me asking.
You know
The
that they
chains.
were sent to
That's cool.
basically
you.
try and get Festus
They're
on Ordo's
rather
side.
metaphorical.
To make them see
In a
what
way,
Arena
we're all wearing
was trying
chains.
to show Ordo.
Mine are my
you're
chains
trying
to
to get
balance.
Festus and the other Celestines to join your side to see the reason.
Okay.
You have probably been told at this point that all of the primal Celestines, so like fire, water, earth, I mean water's gone, but Festus, Valkyrie, Gaia, like they are not cooperating with you. They will not see reason.
Okay.
You can describe this as like what's to come of Astria is the largest calamity that you have ever seen in the entire history of the 8 eras of this world. Like, just some very terrible thing, I guess.
Mm.
And if they say like, oh, and you believed her, then you can push back because Hefter is your god. And you could say like, and I would question him? Like, no, of course not, because you're loyal, and that's what loyalty means,
Mhm.
So like, just, you don't need to answer them.
I think I
Make
might
them
lie
doubt
about
themselves.
that. I'm gonna lie about that a bit.
That's fine.
I think I have an idea of what I could do. All right, I think I see them on the way.
Oh, fuck, here comes Malik. And Lumen.
I have brought with me 2 members of the Terra team.
I see. Are there any others among your group here that are currently within town or outside of it?
Well outside of town, but I believe we are the ones that are of your concern, so...
I see. And I'm guessing that your leaders have been apprised of the situation then?
I have not.
You have not.
I don't think we had a chance to, unfortunately. We tracked away before we could tell anyone
I see.
else.
I will say this is going to be a private conversation between you four then. Well, you may stay as well. Roland, you can also stay. But the people that are outside will have to stay outside. As I wish to speak with you personally, as these are very, very delicate matters.
Perhaps ask them their names. One of them may be one you may wish to be introduced to.
Tell me, what are your names?
I'm Soulless Anima.
Penithius Capites, or Penny.
I see. Soulless Anima, you said?
Yes, sir.
You are their leader, correct? If I am mistaken.
Yes, I am Malik Al-Jubair.
I see.
Current leader of Rosewood.
I shall have to ask you then, as one leader to another. I shall need to speak with Soulless Anima in private.
Why?
I believe he has done something that he does not know the weight of.
Respectfully, anything you want to say to him, you can say to me too. I'm not leaving him alone in a town we don't know.
I understand.
You can negotiate Malik and Solus if you want.
Perhaps then yourself and Solus. I'm afraid these are far too delicate. And if you are the person I believe you are, then, well, you are the one I may need to speak to.
Alright.
We shall leave the church for right now. We'll head somewhere else more private. Follow me. Well, and you stay here.
You could just take a really
Yes,
long
sir.
walk, honestly.
We'll
What am I
inform you when we
doing?
get
Nice
back.
go with them?
I believe they should be private.
Just to make sure, who all are you taking? 'Cause I thought it was just two.
Malik and Solus.
Oh, okay, so not me? You want me to stay here?
You can stay here.
Okay.
The church is open to all. While you are here, you are all free to check out our literature. We have plenty.
No, I believe I'll do so.
I might actually have a look. One moment.
Sure. Are these anybody, or are these just statues of guys?
I believe they're older paladins who have been memorialized within the church. Perhaps
That's
one
nice.
day I may join them.
You wish to be... Well, I mean, obviously this is your profession, but...
I'm already a paladin. I just hope that I'm a great paladin. I have dedicated
What are
much
the
of myself
requirements
to...
for, like...
The requirements? Well, there is quite a bit you must go through. I'm certain that if you were truly interested, you might be able to speak with the Archbishop himself, if you were interested in partaking in our ways. What? So,
I just want to know more.
well, let me think. Specifically to be a paladin, we are often quite faithful, so it is certainly helpful to be quite faithful. We are sworn to uphold the balance, of course. That is every Ordo's duty, but here in the church, as paladins are truly meant to be strong upholders of this balance. Any orders given by either the bishop or any of our superiors, we are of course to answer without question, for they are direct lines to our lords. There is of course a rather rigorous training that you must undergo, known as the ordeal of equilibrium. It is quite unforgiving to those who are not truly of faith and those who are not truly willing to go through what it takes, but once you go through it, I'm certain you could be a great paladin if you were interested.
It looks handwritten.
Honestly, my knowledge of your guys and your organization is probably not up to standards as it should be, so
that's
I
quite
just kind of
alright.
want to learn more.
Well, I would be happy to inform you, me or the Archbishop if you would prefer him.
The particular keeper of this library.
Well, we'll see how your Archbishop feels about us after everything.
I have not been fully enlightened what is the disturbance or what it is that he needs with your friend, but I'm certain that he wouldn't do anything rash towards you or your friends.
Right. Well, let's hope so.
Well, if you'd like to know anything more...
The rest of our team seems to be here.
Well, they are all welcome to join. We have plenty of space. Or they can loiter at the entrance. I don't really mind.
Hi. How is spelunking?
Fine. We spoke to a spirit. It was quite nice to us.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Paladin Roland. The Archbishop is currently having a private conversation for now, but if you'd like to remain, you're perfectly free to help yourself to any of our literature.
Yes. I'm fine for now, just going to wait for our captain. Just want to make sure that he's alright.
I'm sure he'll be okay.
Speaking with the Archbishop.
Yes.
By Bales.
With Malik.
Quite the extensive catalog you have.
We have collected much in our time. We have quite a bit on a variety of topics. It's always good to have a balance.
Balance is important.
Yeah, it is.
So those heavy?
You get used to it. It helps that I'm a metal mage.
Oh. I had a friend who was a metal mage as well.
Really?
Definitely helped out with lifting and stuff. Yeah. He did this thing where he incorporated metal into his skin, so he weighed 400 something pounds all the time. But he could pop it out whenever he needed it.
Paint him as a villain.
Yes. I know plenty of metal mages who I have personally met with who tend to create weaponry. I do not do that as often as I once did. I have found personally a weapon that I quite enjoy. And it would be nice if... are they here with you, or...?
No, he went his own way a while back.
A shame. It's been a while since I've been able to speak with anyone on this topic. So are any of you followers of any particular deities?
I prefer to keep
Devout of
my...
God.
I'm not until like recently.
I just like to stay educated.
It's always good.
Keep my horizons wide.
A good knowledge of all the gods certainly doesn't hurt. I do want to say, if any of you have any troubles in town or whatnot, the church is open to all. Whether it's just to sit down for a breather, pray to whomever, or to visit our archives, you are all welcome.
It's appreciated.
If I may ask, and apologies if this is abrupt, is the church just for all four deities of order, or do you have a church per deity?
They're dedicated to all of the beings of Ordo. Of course, there are many of our followers who choose to follow particular ones. Personally, I like to follow all of the ones who are on our side.
How many are that?
Well, I would like to think all of them. I'm afraid I'm not privy to everything that's been going on recently.
Oh, there's been a lot.
I actually only recently came back into town.
Excuse me.
Well, it's like you said, it's important they
Anything
educate.
interesting?
If you would excuse me, I want to go get fresh air.
Of
while we
course.
wait.
Of course.
Orion, do you want to stay with Penny and
Stay in here.
Riley?
Don't worry. We'll stay with these three. Be safe.
Sounds good. It won't be far.
Of course.
I've been informed that we are supposed to be out of town before the time.
I think we'll be fine here, Orion.
Okay, so they have another event they need to do.
Yeah, make sure Ivan's okay.
Let's say, by the general's orders, we can continue this conversation tomorrow,
Jackson, what's up?
but that they're not off the hook once you can get to that point.
Penny as well. Was supposed to be out of town before the sun completely sets. It looks like it's dipping over the horizon now. So.
Right.
Yeah. Penny, you hear that?
Make sure to leave any books.
Penny.
Yeah.
Is Octaris in there?
Yes,
They asked me to stay here, so I'm gonna stay. Okay, we'll be back in town. Alright.
If that is okay with you, for me being staying here as well.
Of
with
course. I will not stop you. Now, if the Archbishop
Thank
says
you.
otherwise, I may have to ask you to leave, but I'm sure he wouldn't do so without good reason. So, for the time being, you are all welcome to stay.
Of course.
Okay.
How long have you
Yeah, I
been
know, like, the
paladin now?
town isn't...
To be honest, I haven't really kept track of the years. It's been quite some time. The training was rather intense. And, well, up until recently, I was on missions non-stop.
I understand that.
How long have you been interested in Ordo, the church?
Since I was 10 years old. I came from a city called Riker in A6.
I've heard of this place.
Moved to Flens, worked with underneath the Inquisitor Quintus.
You met the Inquisitor?
I worked under him.
That's impressive.
He was my mentor for many years.
Well, I suppose it's no surprise that the Archbishop has interest in you.
When I technically have
You now have very many prying eyes.
Inquisitor Quintus, but technically also Inquisitor Octavian as well.
Okay.
And technically,
Yeah.
Inquisitor Secondo has also met me as well.
Very impressive.
Fabian's a good friend of mine. He trains me often. Very fun.
He trains a lot of us.
Good.
A skilled Inquisitor indeed.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're all having your talents met.
Definitely. It is why we've asked for a few days to prepare for the occultic showcase.
Of course. If anything, I'm certain if you do have unregistered occultic users, I'm sure the Archbishop would be more than happy to, make them official.
Yes. So I had to answer a few questions that were being asked of me,
Remind
but
them
they didn't
to
want
get out of the city. It's
to
almost
ask
nightfall.
Questions regarding everything here.
Perfect.
Did the literature suit you well?
I found things of interest, yes.
Good.
That was
Do we know
exciting
where the
because Barrett was
Archbishop is
listening
actually
in,
taking
so
the
we can happily
cult
report to the general in the downtime that his son
I believe that they are just
is
going on a
a
walk about the city.
participant in these celestial affairs.
I see.
Maybe I can get Trim to slap him.
We don't really have any particularly private areas unless you count the cemetery, and well, that just doesn't really sit right.
I see.
That's not a good sign.
A terrace.
Or good luck.
It might be a wise idea to start informing students that they've
They
got
are
something in
aware.
the city.
They're starting to... They're checking on each other and heading out. I will, however, make sure Mertesh is fully aware.
Ah, the Archbishop is back.
Oh, yes, Penny, was it? If you do have further interest in the church, we do have plenty of books dedicated to our literature that you are free to take
Hello,
if you'd
Archbishop.
like.
Oh, maybe I'll check him out.
Everything well, I presume?
For now. What was your name? Penny? Tell me, Penny. Were you also a part of what had just transpired a few minutes ago?
I was.
Then I will extend the same offer to you as I have to Solus. Your Chancellor has already heard it. Though he does seem disinclined to trust us on the matter. If you wish to not interfere with the celestial realm, as you have already, if you wish to be rid of that, then you may come back here, and we will help you so you do not have to worry about that in the future. And you do not have to partake in celestial matters any further.
Can I think about it?
You may go ahead and do so. It is already getting evening for you anyways. It would be best if you head back.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Take care.
You should head back as well, Riley. We will speak about this in more detail with you, specifically about what was said between each other in the coming days.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Of course.
It isn't too much, actually. if you do have connection to Lawton, may I pass a message on, at least from me to him?
I may do so.
I just wish to... I wanted to apologize to him.
I see. Well, I will make sure that I put in a word for you.
Thank you. Have a good night, Archbishop. Roland, thank you.
Of course.
And do make sure to remind those two, if you do meet upon them, that my offer does still stand, and that the group that they had witnessed was, in fact, a peace envoy for Festus, and things that they may have thought they'd seen may be something different entirely. I'm not sure so much about the second part of the vision they've seen, though, but the first part, that is a given.
I see. Then I'll keep an eye on it. Thank you again.
Shall I close up the church for the day?
Please do so.
Of course.
That was a talking off. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Alright.
That was a
SCP
Holy
time.
shit.
I'm gonna get to Ox. Gotta
Yeah.
Ox it out.
Ox
Let's
time.
respawn.
Holy crap, that was tense.
Yeah.
So I almost convinced
We should do this
Solus
respawn.
to go along with the plan. Yeah, let's respawn. So I almost convinced Solus of the plan I had in mind, but Malik wasn't having it. Malik was too good. He knew my bullshit.
Damn it, I can't get the rat. Yeah.
But props to Malik though, honestly, props to him. He knew
Yeah.
he knew I was shifty. He knows I'm shifty.
I could tell the second he
think it'll
walked
help
in,
him a
his
lot to realize
stance.
I'm not a good person.
Yeah, his stance
Yeah.
when he walked in, I immediately knew he's onto us.
Yeah. I mean, we did call out like a bunch of his team to bring him over. So it's like, yeah. Holy crap, though. Oh, that was good.
That was good. That was really good.
That was a stand down.
I was getting a bit worried because, like, I had to explain a bunch of Ordo stuff to a Penny, but after a while, things seemed to clear
Well,
up.
yeah.
Because he's
Penny
wanting
wants
to
be
do
an
the thing.
Ordo apprentice, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, a little worried because I had to...
I was gonna play into next time too, because I think that will work.
Nice. I also let him know that he was free to, talk to you on the matter further, and also partake in like our Ordo literature and stuff, so that he could keep me more informed.
Yep.
All right.
Because I think, I feel like the Archbishop would 100% know exactly how to stop, these visions from happening.
Yeah. All right. We should get to the funeral. It's gonna happen soon. Don't forget OOC.
Damn, I was kind of hoping they would tell us about it.
Yeah. Oh well.
I was really hoping. I almost had Solus by the balls, though. Damn it. You could jump down to General Muckery too, if you want to do that.
Sure. I went to the camp one, the big one.
I'm probably gonna be.
We spoke to a spirit in there, and we gave an offer that we'll come back with drink for them
and hopefully we'll be able to speak to them to assist us against the Leviathan. But that's just my hope.
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that for some reason. What about the Leviathan?
Spirits. I hope that spirits will be able to help us in the fight against it. In some shape or form.
Got it.
Sure, they probably will. Yes, nicely.
What was your assignment with Umbra today?
Go into the markets and get some supplies.
So we are buying supplies. Got it. Okay, just checking.
Theoretically. Money has not changed hands.
Is that something that's going well?
It's going just fine.
Oh. I wasn't expecting.
No one spent 30 gold yet. Look.
Yet? What are we buying?
We're not doing this
Buying
again.
food
This isn't
for. We're not doing this. Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Okay, we're done. You.
It's a situation
Yes?
for Malik to sort out.
Let's talk. Come on.
Okay.
I really don't
Be
think
very
it's
honest.
that much.
You say gold's enough for a person
It
for a
isn't.
year. I don't think that's
Well,
true.
Michael.
Okay, so
Sure.
by your estimate, you've done basic mechanics on the ship. Just to get things functioning again, have you had a look on the interior?
I've had some look. I've mostly been paying attention to the engines outside to see what can be salvaged. We might have to go a bit slow. My leg's still a bit sore. I'm still trying to let it heal.
Sorry. We need to get that thing off of the ground as soon as we can.
Absolutely. I was actually wondering if you could propose finding a way to, this might be a little unrealistic, but drag it out, at least outside of the wall area. The sooner we can get it to somewhere we have full security over, I feel might be the best.
I think it'll take too long, to be completely honest. I think we need to work on it there.
Yeah.
Because just getting enough movement outside of the walls will be its own project, and by the time we get done with that, there could be a Leviathan, there could be a...
We could
civil war
attempt to
brewing
repair
right now.
the thrusters and boosters enough to move it out of the way. Plus, there may be materials or broken parts underneath that we need to
I mean, just getting
reclaim.
it able to crawl away from a Leviathan would be fine, but as long as we can get it airborne is the point.
Also,
So-
at some point, we may need someone like Michael to go in and take inventory on the opalite crystals. I'm certain some probably have been damaged. Like I said, my leg is injured.
Well, the ones on top deck will probably take in at least a few of them for souvenirs.
Yes.
I think hunting down crystals potentially might be the last of our priorities right now.
Yeah.
least
At
for
some
the
point,
tech
whenever we
itself,
have
I
free
think-
time, we could send him in, because when me and Wayne were in the workshop, the airship fell, and, well, I know most of it was just tossed about. One of them is the reason why my leg is currently injured.
Right. Okay, well... Wait, what happened to your leg?
One of the boxes of opalite landed on it while we were crashing. We didn't have time to escape because one of those little flyers had snuck in. We are currently trying to not be
Do
killed.
what you can, don't hurt yourself, but free time wise, I do think we should be focused on just seeing if we can get the thrusters alone.
Yes, I spent the past few nights and days checking out the thrusters that have been detached.
Anything to report to Monty yet, or?
Not yet. It does look like the majority of the thrusters, however, seem to be salvageable. It may just be a question of getting it back attached to the ship and repairing all the broken pieces.
He helped us get that thing off the ground in the first place. I think we can trust him with any details we have. I'm going to talk to him about it tonight. Just so you know, it sounds like you guys haven't been warned about this shade for some reason. There's a potential shade. He goes by the name of Crow or something. They do. They are a poisoner. We don't know what's up with the Crow or Raven. Could be a familiar. Could be a problem. Be careful. Gas and poison and all that.
Okay.
So there's that. Also, a rival clan of Houston is
Clan Magnus?
Yes, it is very likely they've infiltrated the city. The city kind of knows about this. We don't know what's going to come of that yet. But we got that. We got Riftwatch on the horizon as far as we know. They knew about it 3 weeks ago.
Miss
Or,
Talia has
the
told
world
me a
did.
little bit
So,
about Clan Magnus.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the
It's
things
probably
she
not good.
warned.
I'd
Yeah.
assume,
One of the
you
things
know,
she warned
I
us
know she
was
doesn't want
if we
people to
see
tell.
any injured travelers, we might need to be careful because there's a non-zero chance that it could be a member of the Magnus clan. They apparently have a thing where they will pretend one of their members is injured. Not Monty.
Okay. Have you seen your in your room?
No, I've been resting all day.
Okay.
But just keep
I'm
an
gonna
if you
go
see
look for him, I
if you
suppose.
see an injured traveler, you're free to heal them or get someone to heal them, but do not take them back here.
Yeah, got you. Okay.
Because if they are from Clan Magnus,
be
then
careful
they
of
will
just
lure
being-
their people back.
Honestly, I think if we're being tailed, we don't stand much of a chance right now because the word is too thin. But I appreciate the sentiment.
I can come with if you need a second
yeah, you
hand.
can.
I
You
don't
said
have
you were
any
ready
other
to set it?
plans. I'll be alright as long as we aren't running too fast. I mean, it's been a few days, and Riley helps heal me amongst some of the
You're
other
still whispering,
enforcers.
just so you know.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
A few days ago, I accidentally yelled really loud while in the mess hall, and I guess it's just been following me ever since.
Starving? You know?
I think people are still gathering, but probably.
Okay.
Thank you. It's here for this. Yeah. Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
Well, then Monty will be too, I suppose. If John is here, Monty will probably show up.
I'll wait for Riley to get back.
Giant fire.
Yeah.
I only ask because the torch is already giving me issues, so I'm not really sure where to stand.
I think just let the people who know how to do this take care of it.
Feel free to continue it. And we're going to be keeping guard just in case people else can come over.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't hurt us.
I have a debrief when we're done.
Yeah. One hell of a story to tell.
For those of you who can write, would it be okay if you guys gave like a written account of what happened so we can keep track of it?
Get you once like it's
yeah,
we did.
I can do that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bush.
Do we know how much longer Riley is going to take? Try to find her.
Feels so good to sit down.
Very big ass wings, so it like makes air pockets and there's always stuff down. Oh yeah, that's the one.
Right, I know if I've been up all night. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. It's gone. They found me reading into like there's the cancer snacks. To avenge you. We'll make sure justice is carried through. I'm sorry, still. May you rest with me. Rest.
I assume people are feeling pretty bad about this, right?
I'm almost certain that yes, what else? That will make sure that this justice
this
goes
feels
hands
like
with
this is a funeral of like a really.
Well, yeah, I don't
important
think people
figure.
really feel good at funerals typically. Because he's trying to think they call it side. Susanna. Susanna.
God, it feels so good to be able to sit down for a minute.
Perhaps they were going to follow all of us, but this is where they wanted to be, yes. It doesn't matter. Yes.
Let's get back to the cave.
Oh, there goes Jack. Yeah, figured he crashed.
It's scary to think about.
Some people seem to be really conscious. It doesn't seem that funny to me.
Hey, Grant. You don't need to be scared with us, okay? I know it's scary to think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you all doing, by the way?
I'm fine enough. I had iron spot.
Made sure to get proper treatment?
Yeah.
Stereo, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but do you know where your team is? That's all I needed. It doesn't have to be a thing.
You know, you're right, Keel. We should prepare before it's too late. What you were saying earlier.
Helps more than not.
Orion, follow me.
Do you know where Aqua might be?
Who?
Alright, focus on...
But, Lumen did find, like,
if they're in the
a really
cave,
better deal. 4 gold for 3
Yeah, they
days
might
of
have.
medicine.
I know. Yeah, someone wanted to pay that.
Jackson told me to focus on repairing the ship over the wall.
Yes,
The priority should be having a way for all of us to get out. Okay. Make sure to spread it between all of the Alexes who are more repair focused and such.
Alright. Well, if you need any instructions, be sure to ask me. I know a fair bit about the ship. I've already discussed this with Jackson about,
I can see about helping out if you want.
Yes,
Not
that
the
would-
most handy, but I can always maybe screw
Any
a bolt
help
or something,
helps.
you know. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
It may be another gold or two extra because I didn't.
I thought it was building supplies for the wall, so I needed to still go get some more metal. So that might be a little extra. If we're taking all that off for the one crate of medicine, then that should be fine. Alright.
Are you heading to bed?
I'm not heading to bed, I'm just going back to the cave to see if anyone's in there.
I'm sure there are probably a handful.
If you want it now, give me 30 seconds.
Oh,
not 30
Sully.
seconds. Give me an hour.
How are you feeling?
Give me an
I
hour.
haven't gotten a chance to speak with everyone to make sure that they received proper medical attention after the airship crash.
Jack.
I found out.
When I woke up, but I'd say I've settled after a good meal.
Alright, good. I found one of the Ferali apparently didn't receive medical attention until Michael sought it for them. So I just want to make sure that everyone.
Start tonight. I'll gather.
If you think that you've been hit on the head, please be sure that you see someone about it. Because while you might not feel the effects now, any sort of head injury could leave problems in the future.
Technicians and engineers and getting that ship up and running, so if worse comes to worse, we at least
I will.
Okay.
All I know is that I was knocked unconscious when the airship crashed.
Yeah, I heard that was the case for quite a few people.
Exactly.
Took a second to orient myself after waking up, but
and for the ship, and then we can go.
I haven't really had any issues since.
Okay. Might have to look into while we're repairing, finding ways to secure the general bunk some more, so that folks might have something more to grab onto in case we have another crash.
You may want to speak with Graham about the...
Poison arrow has been spotted, so just be careful when going outside.
Connor, are you feeling?
The problem is that some of Lumen are at the fishing village.
When you say, do you mean there is a poison arrow that just lodged near our camp?
No, there's an individual who I believe is referred to as Poison Arrow. I've only briefly heard about them from Jackson, but they are likely dangerous.
I don't know who that is.
Are you saying?
Just keep an eye out for suspicious individuals.
Shoot shot at the camp?
Shot?
Okay.
Do they use poison? Is that why the name?
Okay, yeah. So the poison. So the arrow was laced in poison. Shot someone from
it's
outside.
a physical
just now.
arrow? Okay.
Physical arrow.
Alright. Yeah, Jackson warned me a little bit ago about a suspicious individual. Make sure you don't stray too far from anyone, okay?
Okay.
And if you get hurt again, make sure you let someone know. Okay?
Yes.
Good. Make sure you've eaten too. Alright, I'm gonna go sit down for a moment.
You can rest your head there. The meat's further in.
Guess we're gonna be holding up in here.
There are worse places we could be.
Probably tonight. Yes, but I don't know.
Might try and take a look around outside for a bit tonight. There may be some, at the very least, I'm worried that we may have some lost pieces that we might have to track down. Otherwise, we'll have to create new parts.
What do you think of all this?
I mean, like I said before, I was worried that something might try and take out the engines on the airship, and I wanted to put up defenses. And the engines on the airship were taken out, and we didn't have defenses.
By the fire. Get warm.
Sit down.
Okay. Did you fall into the water?
No.
No, he was shot with
Oh, he was the one shot?
Gas and arrow?
It was an arrow that hit me, and then the gas started affecting a lot of people, but I took a big whiff of it.
Have you received medical?
Yeah. I have. It's just the after effects right now. My throat is still burning like hell.
Or else it might cause some.
Hopefully you'll be safe in here.
Okay, to leave you guys in here for a
Well,
little bit.
I doubt they can make it very far in here without dying.
I'll be back soon.
They're to attack us directly.
Yes, no, thank you, absolutely. If you don't mind, thank you.
We'll see though, I guess.
Thank you, really.
It's nearly in the
Careful, Sonny, the fire. I don't want you to get burned on. Come over here with me a bit. Your tail is almost in the fire.
Oh, I didn't see that. Jacqueline wants the arrow for an antitoxin.
Jacqueline already had the arrow for an antitoxin. She already made it.
Apparently she said, oh. Oh,
She gave it to me.
she had me coming here.
God,
Okay, well she
Jacqueline.
needs the arrow again. I can run and give it if you want to say that.
No. It's fine. I don't
I wonder if I should do some Orion exercising RP.
It was both. It was an arrow that was fire that exploded in gas. The arrow in itself must have been a second one or something that hit me in the throat.
I can't help you that way, but you are just in time for still.
Yeah.
I'm currently, with how my throat feels, the water already felt like I was swallowing fire, so for now I'm not eating anything. But it is appreciated. Again, we don't know what it is.
Monty?
Sis! Hey, sis! Hey. Sis.
Oh, is that? That's a shroud. Oh, thank goodness, that's just a shroud. I thought his stuff was malfunctioning or something. Terrified me.
I'm gonna go step outside.
Be safe out there.
I will.
I'm okay.
I'm certain whoever's making plays like that isn't hunting rabbits.
Your own kin get fucking shot like that.
I know. It's okay. I'm alive. They took care of me. I'm okay. Monty, how are you feeling? Especially with your device and everything. I'm not sure you didn't breathe in too much.
I was quite a bit a ways away from you when you were hit. Though it seemed unaware. Celine seemed to have been hit by a residual effect of that.
She's fine now. She's fine now. Okay, good.
Everyone.
Hello?
I'm gonna take a little bit of fresh air, I guess.
I'll be with you. I'm walking with you, but I'm not leaving the other side right now. Because that fucker doesn't do anything else.
Hello?
Hi.
If you want to head moving,
Is someone
we
else
moved Barrett into the cave if you'd like. A little more hidden away. No one's gonna be able to get to you there.
Saline was in the radius, apparently.
It was just collateral damage. It was clear they were aiming for him.
That is extremely concerning.
Did
Did anyone see
Is everything
from
okay,
where
Miss
it came?
Alma?
Just in case.
The arrow? I can point out exactly where it came from. Where someone fired.
Forgive me for asking, but were you a follower of?
I'll give you an example. I don't want to go back
Yes.
over to out of fear that they might be in the air.
Assuming because of the reaction that I had heard that anything happened.
Structure like that, along the edge of the walls where it's broken down that way, further direction. They were standing in one of the openings up there and they fired down, and the black arrow, the arrow got fired out there and they disappeared in a cloud of smoke.
If the target was Barrett, do you think that they might be trying to target the Bronson family?
I don't know if it was specifically the Bronsons or just that he was the most centralized person in the group, because when that arrow struck, as soon as it impacted, there was like a cloud of gas that came off of it. And I breathed a little bit of it in. Not enough for it to immediately set in, but...
Alright, you better
even
get
if
some
you
medical
a little bit of
attention.
delays. I already have. It's
Okay. Do you need a hand getting him back in, or are you okay?
No, I can walk. The limbs are still a little heavy, but not enough that I can't move.
It took me some time to, for it to feel real, that Luna was gone.
Cat, we're gonna go look for Rin.
Excuse me.
I don't think I believed it until you all found her.
True.
Not really.
If you can get one.
I heard his last words.
Alright, where are the others then? Let's go. Make it quick.
I was there when it happened.
LaFron was grabbing Ophelia, I think. Let's just wait here. They should be here.
I'm glad he wasn't alone.
No one deserves to be alone. Not when they pass.
I'm not sure if he knew I was even there. He looked at me, but he could very well have been looking through me.
The fact you saw it all means someone wanted you to have that message.
Pretty damn confident it was the shade. Poison
I suppose so.
Menace. Potential.
Something out there somewhere. You heard it for a reason.
Helma?
Yes?
I may not know exactly what it feels like of this magnitude, but if you need to talk to someone about the grief, I've experienced some rather sizable losses in my life, and I've learned how to deal with it over time.
I'll make sure to keep that in mind. And I appreciate it.
These things, they don't heal very well on their own. Some people they can, but for most it's something that stays with you. So please don't isolate yourself.
I'll try to keep that advice.
He was ready if anyone wants any.
Ate earlier. I'm fine.
Ate earlier.
I'll let you know when
I just want to watch this fire until it goes out.
I'll bring a good few people with me for my shift.
It's called a visual, Graham.
No. But still. We are the ones that witnessed him fall down. It's the least that we can do. Whether it was sent to us as a message or a warning.
Anything?
I've made friends here. I'm scared for them.
Knowing my father that whoever did this, if my father gets the hands on this individual, that person's gonna suffer before they die. Oh,
Graham,
fuck. Alma!
Much like a wedding,
Yes?
a funeral should never be
me
about
and
the
Mila are
guests.
going to be staying in Halston while this happens to talk
That's
to my
fair.
father so this doesn't get misconstrued. For the time being while I'm gone, Vesper is going to be the lieutenant until I'm back. Is that clear?
Understood.
Understood.
Clear as crystal.
Graham?
I believe he. Last I saw him, I think he entered the cave.
It's normal to worry.
Trin, we definitely need you as a
About-
father. There's a large group approaching you because of something that happened. If you
So
can,
no-
that would be very appreciated.
Already ahead of it. It's normal to
Lovely.
worry about the people
Is
in your
Mila
life.
alive?
Yeah, I know
She
it's
ran off without
appreciated.
healing.
For
but-
now.
Sorry, the voices in my head are very loud.
Do everything and what was said to us as well, you know, like give him a proper.
It's normal to worry.
Say it
Yeah.
later. For now,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
as Gil said. We're here today to remember and honor
Feelings are
Spawn.
Long story.
Yeah.
We might have accidentally.
Right.
We were doing some more intense prayer.
Jared had a cool line too. I was gonna say that it's important to have faith in your friends and stuff. Fuck, man. The voices in my head are so loud. Oh well.
One of the peaks over there. We started praying, and instead of getting a vision, I backclashed and got mine, but so that we were actually just teleported to another plane altogether. Ordo soldiers were fighting Festus and Valkyrie together. They were fighting alongside each other to fight the Ordo soldiers. They turned and saw us. Penny was able to blow them back with a wind blast, but got cut. My attacks are a little more violent, and I attacked with a few soldiers to protect ourselves. And they found out really fucking quick. Scary. Oh, point as well, which we'll talk about more. The one I spoke to knew about the vision I had before. The one we talked about where I was Festus. Somehow he knew about that.
Are you referring to the one that was just in the dream world, or?
Yeah, the vision where I was Festus. Somehow he knew that I had done Celestine related.
Miss Alma, if you don't mind, would you be willing to share some of their teachings? I'd like to know just a little bit more about them.
Well, to be as vague as I possibly can due to current circumstances,
That's
he
fair.
believed in an eye for an eye.
Oh, he knows who we are now.
He believed that should someone be worthy of punishment, they should be dealt it.
White armor, used to glaze.
Should a man spill another man's blood, his blood shall be spilled by another man. Should someone commit some wrongdoing, it was his job to make sure that they're brought to justice with proper due diligence. It is said that while one is being judged, he was sharpening his sword already.
Sorry, I kind of checked on that before you.
I grew up following him. I was under the assumption he was invincible. But this just proves we can do something against Oran back.
Sorry.
At least, hope it helps that we're on a different team at the very least, you know.
Hmm?
If you weren't, then God to know what they would have done.
Well, this just proves that we have a chance.
In all fairness,
Those thought unkillable
to be honest with you, he believes that
aren't.
we're hiding stuff from him, which most likely, yeah, but still.
I mean, you know about that?
No right to know him.
Nothing is untouchable.
Well, I don't know about that.
He hasn't.
Clearly.
Not yet.
He hasn't proven himself that.
You don't know that.
First I thought that only applied to us.
To you
Now we
guys,
know it
he
applies to
has
them.
proven himself. At least right now.
Yeah.
But hopefully
Yeah.
in due time, maybe. He might. As of right now, I don't trust him.
If he can figure out his
Everything
plans on the wrong
bleeds.
side, then I'm willing to accept him over, but
I don't think he even knows a Renner exists.
And everything dies.
that would
Eventually.
bullshit, to be honest. Okay.
That's why I can't tell if, like, literally every bit is connected to it too, so even if I wanted to, can't.
Yeah, no, fair enough. God, if he doesn't know that a Rainer exists, that really does make shit more complicated.
I don't think he knows Jordana exists either. He only really cares about Ordo. And Ordo is saying, hey.
Hey, where's the chessboard?
Oh well.
What's the check? He went into the cave.
Well, apparently he's not. I don't know.
Okay, if he's in there, just tell everyone the dick is going to be in the hospital with his sister for the night.
Yeah, he said it pretty loudly over here.
If it is to assume that he was the last one of that sect who stood his ground, I have solace in knowing that at least he stayed true to his beliefs, and that he doesn't believe in unjust punishment.
Well, hang on. Ivan's part of the team.
That's true.
Conversation we can all have.
Would you Brockwa?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe not.
I'm
just,
just, we will. I'm just trying to find where Aqua is currently.
Not sure, honestly. They're not in the cave. They might be Lumen. They're not. Unless you check the cave, but yeah.
Can't go alone, but I don't know. Everyone I don't want to bring that story with me. No offense. I just don't want to risk you.
No taken.
Eye for an eye.
Some say it makes the world go blind. But
I think it's,
sometimes I find that isn't the case.
I think it's poignant that the foremost expert on vengeance looked at something that was claimed to be motivated by vengeance and said no.
Still thinks I got scammed. You know how lucky we are that we even got any, given the fact that
I would
we
assume
failed
that the
whatever-
forefront head of said vengeance
Yeah,
would have the biggest jurisdiction around it. More cause and reason to say no.
If anyone should be able to say it should be you.
As you said, he was fair, right? He never took more. Only
He dealt out the punishment that was deserved, never more, never less. he was righteous in that kind of way. Perhaps he thought what Orena was doing was too much. Or perhaps he found their squabble not worthy of it at all. But his final words were a prayer to someone. I can only assume Drudona, but that's merely conjecture.
Conjecture or not, it's truly a hope. Conjecture or not, it's a hopeful thing, if hopefully.
That it is.
And the only thing we can hope is that whoever he was praying to hopefully answers.
Really?
Would it be possible to be taught more of their teachings? I'm embarrassed to admit I don't know much about the gods, but while this one might not be present, at least apparently, anymore, I feel like their teachings still have a lot of value, and I'd like to learn more.
Why
I can see
don't
what I can
you...
compile.
Why don't you let her mourn before you ask for labor from her?
I meant at like a later date.
Once I have the time.
Be a good way to honor their memory, though. Being able to teach what they taught others to others yourself.
I am of the belief that one truly dies once their beliefs and responsibilities are no longer of this world. And I will do everything in my power to make sure that is not the case. He may be gone physically, but it would take a hell of a lot to get rid of him permanently.
Knowledge never truly dies.
And I will do all in my power to establish that fact.
I don't want to think about it. You know, you probably shouldn't wander about without a shroud. Like pacifist.
Do I have something on my face?
No.
It's just looking.
Because there's a poisoner out there. That's what I'm gonna go to the airship.
Keep an eye out.
Go touch base with everyone.
Keep an eye out along the walls. That's where the poisoner was spotted last. Particularly that one over there.
Joke. Keep an eye out.
Well, I mean, I meant like look out. I didn't mean specifically the fact that you're missing an eye.
Very well. I'll keep that in mind.
Just keep your head on a pivot. Because she's an owl!
Would anyone like some water? No? Everyone good? Understood.
I guess it burnt out.
It was a good fire. I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Funeral pyres last a while.
They do. This is a really big one. Okay.
I feel the same way.
I'm actually kind of upset by that now. I wanted to sit here and just stare at the fire.
You want to go find more firewood? We could relight it.
More than welcome to. I don't have anything to light it, so.
You want me to bring a torch out and then more
I
firewood?
still got this.
Yes, please.
Oh, I'm gonna have to work either way.
This can light
Have a
firewood.
touch of reverence.
Okay.
This was a send-off.
Okay, Orion.
Just thought I'd offer.
Yes.
What materials do you need? I heard from Graham that Jackson was looking for me to help out, so.
So, currently, we're still going over all of the damages. It appears that most of the engines are salvageable, but as for what materials we specifically need, I think we still need to take an account of the total damage, because I fear that we may have lost some pieces and parts in the descent, and we would likely have to put together an idea later on. And currently, I'd say we just need lots of metal.
Lots of metal. Where would I find that?
I haven't had a chance to survey. My leg's still not fully up to par after the crash.
Because I'm assuming we would have to smelt it after
Likely.
finding material or
I've
minerals.
heard briefly that I think some folk have gone into town to purchase materials.
We're not gonna go too far. Like just here.
I've heard some folk have purchased materials, but it would probably, at the current moment, what help we would need would be looking through the ship and trying to figure out the best way to reattach certain parts. Because I believe some of the engines are fully off, and we need to put them back on.
Okay. I know the medical is down. Like the entire thing is collapsed, so I'll gather some wood. Gather the materials so we could rebuild that. For the engine, how's mine? If you guys could get the smelter to work again, then that'll be a huge help.
It's pretty sturdy. I wouldn't be surprised if the smelter we built survived the fall. I didn't really check though when I was in the workshop. I was too busy trying to get Wayne to help me lift a box off my leg.
Okay. Well, let's stop this. We'll pause this conversation for now because I think Jackson might have more things for me to do. But I don't know.
I was
what.
planning on
So-
stopping by the airship. Actually, I heard he went up there to go check on damages. I might try and take a quick peep.
Okay. Well, I'll collect firewood for this and then relight it. So.
That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, that's dealt with.
That's normal.
But
there.
Oh, the smoke?
Yes.
Yeah, that's there's a fire over there that's just always going.
Being, the way it is,
Okay.
old light from a distance
Yeah,
tends to
it's,
now just.
it's not actually purple when you get
That
up
was all
close.
I
had. Did Tara have anything
Thankfully.
for me?
Okay.
Thank you.
I heard you guys
But,
had anything-
yeah.
We might have to help Ivan with something soon, but we can.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wait, what can you help with?
teacher?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just explaining so it's not panicky because we have the same shit in Kaba, but yeah, it's just purple light from the moon. We'll be helping Ivan with something. We need to talk to him about it, but there's no real point talking about it now because he's not awake,
Are you
so-
up to date? What we did? Flash went through.
All right. Let's
Oran?
go back in the cave and let's actually sit down and talk about this because I want to sit down.
Okay.
I want to be somewhere
Yeah,
to
I know.
before we talk about it.
I will save you time and tell you what I do know.
Okay. Good.
I don't suppose anyone was over at the airship a moment ago?
Not to my knowledge.
No. I heard someone was gonna go up and take a quick look. I haven't been able to, at least since last night, to take a look at it. I wanted to... Well, I had a sudden realization that I haven't really figured out whether or not we've lost any parts in the descent. And I didn't know if we'd need to go searching for them, because some of them were rather difficult to replace. Particularly if any pieces of the engine have fallen off. I didn't know if we have found all of the broken pieces.
Yes, I believe the fixing of the ship might be something that needs to be expedited and focused on.
Yes.
Especially if we plan on being able to potentially leave here when the Leviathan strike seems to overwhelm this place.
I've been up the past few nights trying to help as best as I can, but until my leg's fully healed, I shouldn't be able to help too well with any heavy lifting.
Understood. I suppose just help wherever you can.
I expect it to be fixed by the end of the week. I did receive some medical attention after it was broken, so... You've worked with the airship...
What's going on?
Oh, hi. How's it going?
What's going on? Yeah, I mean, it case sucks. Rin killed the Forsaken.
Say that again.
And I wasn't there for it.
And the only ones disappointed I had.
Why?
At least you don't have to deal with it.
Bent on killing a beast, by the way.
Oh, it's more
since we were up.
It's more of a force of nature.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, of
like
course,
folk legend and all that.
Of course, people from Rosewood would be the ones to kill a force of nature.
Here I am, like, oh, I want to kill a big star, but then Ring goes down. It better not be, because I have to kill one.
I doubt that's the only one. With most animals, they definitely have to have multiple to try to procreate and such.
Well, wouldn't that make it less of a legend?
Yes, but they're still quite rare. Just because they're multiple
It's like
of them doesn't mean that's not legend.
Would you say we saw a dragon? Would that make it not as? Would that make it just not legendary because we saw it?
Well, many people haven't seen dragons, and many people have not seen the Forsaken at all. It sounds like that you could go your entire life without seeing one.
And the same will go for dragons now. There's only 3 of them left.
Yep. Lorium, I'm tired. I want to put this bottle of alcohol by those spirits. You want to go with me so we can get that over with?
I thought that we would do that tomorrow, but sure, I'm more than willing to do it tonight.
Nah, I normally do it at night because that's when you drink. And, yeah.
I say we wait for tomorrow so we can have a conversation with him whenever we're all ready for it.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot. I heard an owl. Yeah, you're right.
That was
crazy.
But tomorrow or the day after, we'll go in and have a little conversation with him.
Yep.
I remember earlier today you were saying that you required me for something, sir. Do you still require that?
Yes, it is a quick thing, actually. I was told you had a prophesized vision of the vision of,
yes,
the Leviathan Rift Beast.
I did witness it. Is there any detail that you require?
Just what it looked like, its description, its profile, and such.
Most I remember colossal and bipedal. 2 legs and I'd estimate bigger than that wall, but I couldn't
it was difficult to tell. The most I saw were its teeth whenever it killed me.
Honestly, I think we should go tomorrow. Because I feel like if we went down there now,
Do you know if it was
there might be
humanoid?
stuff, but we wouldn't know what the stuff is.
Yes, bipedal.
Attack on Titan? This better not be an Attack on Titan reference.
That's the reason why you ask.
Well,
like when you look at stuff
in
and you have
tandem
that
with
voice in
figuring
your head
out,
that tells you what you're looking
I
at,
suppose, siege and warfare tactics against said Leviathan and Rift Beast, if it were ever to come to pass towards here, and it sounds like it will. The placement of the etheric barrier might go in tandem with it to better sort of, how should I say, upon arrival of here, we might be able to sort of combine the efforts in order to best utilize both placements and weaponry.
Understood.
So the profile and the description of said Leviathan might also go in tandem with all that. Figuring out its weak points and knowing that it is now humanoid, it might be a little easier to get in the headspace of where weaker points, or I suppose how we can possibly topple it over and hinder its movement. Because that, well, from what I'm hearing, people are absolutely bent on destroying said Leviathan Rift Beast, if that is the desired goal. I, on the other hand, am preparing for every worst case scenario. If we need to sort of hinder its movement in order to stall for possible escape. I don't know how fast it goes being bipedal of the mass, if it's, as mass tends to sort of slow one down when they get bigger and bigger, but that might be a moot point if its muscles and physique might be able to counteract against such weight and mass.
I feel like it will be slow still. It couldn't move as fast as we could, but in the vision, but still it can move fast. It's going to be difficult to really explain it.
And as much as it is slow, Rift Beasts do not tire. We do.
Indeed.
Proximity to an arrow that was shot at Barrett and
I
exploded into a gas cloud that
have the infusion spell.
Oh yeah, someone tried to.
Have we ever tried that for a blister?
Tried to assassinate.
I do not think so. Mainly because it will require the equivalent of 10 first-circle spells expenditure to it, and that is very costly.
Yes, it would. Along with that, that would still be just one shot. At that point, we might maybe figure out some way to do a guillotine, or razor of sorts enchanted, so that whenever they walk by, they cut themselves.
Like a garrosh? Or a tripwire?
Yes, that's the word.
It might not be a bad idea. I'm just...
It would certainly save on materials. Something long and thin that it can't see.
Yes, hindering its movement, keeping it grounded so that we may be able to attack it effectively now that it is grounded would be the desired outcome.
Are we certain the shield would be able to hold up against it?
That is another factor. We haven't had a shield go up against Leviathan Rift Beast, only ever Titan and Dire classes that were a huge threat to the barrier. I've only ever heard one instance of a Rift Beast perhaps potentially piercing through the barrier, though that is theoretical, as we did not know if it was already within the barrier the moment it was projected, or if it somehow found a way in. But what I hear is that there's now teleporting Rift Beasts that may be able to bypass such a defense.
Damn it. Of course, those ones would be the biggest difficulty.
Well, at the very least...
I take it they also already told you how we've observed it doing as well. The teleporting kind.
Yes. Thing is, There has not been reports of such said rift beast down in A6, not a single one. So what I fear is that this one might be very meticulous and methodical, and I suppose chasing you all down with very much a
We already
notion in
killed
mind.
one of them. I believe that we killed two of them. But there was a third. Whenever we first touched down in northern Drosa, it sent out its waves every now and then, but after we got rid of all of them, it watched. It stayed on top of the mountaintops, watching down on us. It thinks.
That is scary.
Well, on the bright side, it
Along
shouldn't
the
be large enough to bring a Leviathan in. If it can teleport
We
past the
don't know.
barrier.
Theoretically.
The teleporting one is the biggest difficulty, no matter what. For your description, I don't know. I doubt that you're a fighter right now, but just so you're aware, Small seems to be made out of vines of sorts, about the size of him. He's always at. It's also he's at the center of the black orb that it emits, that carries everything in and out.
Understood. I think I might be able to create a spell that might remedy that to some degree.
I was considering the same.
I mean, is there a way to...
A lockdown spell.
Is there a way to, like, prevent it from using its teleportation entirely? Like, do we know what magics it's using to do that? If any?
It might be jumping between realms, perhaps quickly entering the abyssal realm, then exiting out from the abyssal realm, as that is
The only worry that I have with that is that magic, teleportation, that's fourth, nearly fifth circle. It's going to cost a lot for us to really figure out how to lock that down.
Yeah.
Very much. At least upon exit, and then appearing back within front of us, it could be then locked down. Because then
Possibly.
I think that would probably be the most efficient way, because I don't know if we could ever even predict it coming in, but as soon as it's there, we could always keep it in place. Especially if it's inside the barrier, it wouldn't have any place to go. As long as there are people capable of taking it down.
Miles, the little things in the ship that have the little crystals on them glowing, are we able to still check up on them, even though the power's out?
I've been meaning to.
The last time that we lost.
I haven't had much of a chance to go inside of the
Last time that we
airship.
lost access to something was the last. It was whenever we couldn't see the night sky for a week or two. If we can't see what's happening down in Essex for these, however long it takes to repair and put the power back on, I worry that we may not see an Essex back.
I just thought of something. The idea you said you went back to, the using the runic blood ritual in order to empower ballistas. We might not have...
Yes.
We ourselves might not have the mana for it, but maybe the people of Holston would be able to at least give little what they can. Although what they can spare, if the barrier is able to sort of use itself, or they have enough already as it is. What we need at least, like...
Also have two other theories about trying to figure out something to combat it. Me and Caleb, we are going to speak to the spirits. I hope to speak to them and get their assistance, whether it be mana or they physically assist in combat. It's up to them, but they may be able to assist as well.
Having the spirits might be very convenient. They're able to appear whenever they choose. So therefore, we might be able to have allies that literally appear out of nowhere. So, yes, that's a good boon.
I was also trying.
Did you see that?
Go on. What?
Yes, the crow. The crow keeps on flying around us.
I heard from Jackson it might be related to the person who
Right.
I heard that there's some difficulties with the birds as well. Probably just the weather.
They could be hungry. It's not exactly like there's a lot of
Maybe,
food
I
out
wouldn't doubt
here.
it with how cold it's been.
There was a dead body here. Mila, she apparently killed one, so could sense fresh blood in the air.
Likely.
Probably.
From the looks of things, it was probably a scavenger, so...
Yes, that's how ravens work more times than not. Randomly they try to kill unless they have overwhelming numbers.
Your idea with the runic blood ritual, it might prove some good if some of Halston is able to give what they can.
Understood.
Then now is the thought of where to place said ballistas, as we're not just going to put them in the wall. Being able to put
We
them
know that-
outside the walls and follow along and fall back to whenever we can might be worthy of something.
There's also... We know that it's coming from the south, correct?
Yes.
My thought process is... We know what the only way from the south right now is the pathway that's well over there. What if we set up our defenses as it gets here? Force it to go through our forces one by one. Try to see if we can whittle it down, if not, take it down by the time it hits here.
That is the idea, yes. That is definitely... Though... Or at least stationary with the mind that it will be going this path.
Stationary with the idea that it would go in this path. And then of course mobile as well.
Then we need to make sure that it walks a certain path. Maybe either we make manual blockades, or we make it that the other area that it is traversed even more endangering.
In the thought range of immobilizing it or restricting its movement, I had previously had the idea of a chain harpoon shot. We could potentially tangle up its legs if we were to harpoon them with something that could then be anchored somewhere else. It would, at the very least, help restrict its movement, which could be useful in keeping it on course.
Anchoring. That is a good idea as well. But we have to come in the mind that when we use those ballistas against it, at some point, that Rift Beast will destroy them by simply tugging on them for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, then that...
Do you know how cannons work against Rift Beasts? I've never used one against one, so I don't know.
Can't say I have. But we got to use what we can if they have here.
Indeed. I was simply asking if we should set up spaces of ballista and cannons in small sections. A really good position would be the top over there. Perfect overlook of the area that I think that's going to be leading. We have the opportunities, along with... There's a couple other shows as well over there. Tomorrow, or the day after, I'll be able to show you those exact choices that I believe that we can make. I really believe that there's a very easy way that we can set up. It's going to be a difficult way to fight, but still, it's a good way for us to think forward, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I was trying to find my words.
You're quite right. It is quite cold and a lot of tensions. Though, I want to ask you one more thing. Actually, both of you. With said Leviathan coming our way, and perhaps maybe even Halston might not even want our help. Do you see a possibility or any sort of future that we are successful against this Leviathan Rift Beast?
I do, personally. While I may have died in that vision, I don't doubt that we'll be able to fight it. We have a way forward. We need to take this risk. The last time that we were passive with people's lives, Kaba happened. We need to be more proactive. We need to help people, whether they like it or not in this situation, and that's the unfortunate part.
In my mind, the people of Rosewood probably know more about Rift Beasts than pretty much anywhere else in the world. I think it's only important that we have faith in each other that we'll be able to overcome this. If we can't have that, then we've already lost.
Then I will use your hope to perhaps fuel mine. Granted, I'm very doubtful.
Well, in the short time I've been here, I've seen some pretty incredible things.
Mother Gaia, I'm certain that Lady Drudana showed herself, so I don't doubt that she has hope for us. Lady Gaia, I believe that she also has that same hope. They watch us and try to help, and I'm certain that they'll try to help us in whatever way. We shouldn't doubt ourselves simply because we're mortal.
Recently, it seems like being mortal isn't too much of a handicap, considering what we're up against.
Perhaps it is because of that mortality that the stupid courageous is born out of the cowardice humiliation, and therefore that then allows us to keep moving forward and fight.
Mortality is one of the greatest motivators.
We were given a choice. It's only rightful that we all get to make that choice now. It's starting to get cold. Are you going to be in here, or are you going to the other camp, sir?
I'm going to hope I can sneak back into the Aether Technician's shop.
Best of luck, sir. I would assist, but I feel like if I were in there right now, I feel like I would not be seen outside of a cage for the next few days.
Yeah, I would prefer if you try to stay around people. No offense to if you have any loyalty to this place, but people of Droza see oddities, and they like to keep
I've been
them.
forced on Droza for the past well over a year. I've learned not to enjoy it that much.
Yeah. I'd rather not have to, organize or help organize a rescue party. But I'm certain if anything were to happen, we wouldn't leave you behind.
And that gives me a lot more confidence. I'll be heading back into camp. If you all need me, feel free to ask. Thank you, sir. Be safe.
Have a good night.
If you do go inside the Aethertech lab, could you perhaps try and figure out if the forge is working? And also keep a mind out for anything broken. Me and my brother were in there when we crashed, and most of the opalite that we had in boxes fell over. One of them landed in my leg, so please be really careful when you're in there.
Understood. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and of course help yourself to any of the materials in there.
Kind of what I did.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was going to suggest if you need help building other prosthetics, you know, I'd be happy to help, and we of course should still have plenty of materials to help with that. I figured, you know, that would probably help overall in the long run if you were fully equipped.
Thank you. I will seek out your assistance, actually.
Okay.
There are still a few parts that I am without.
Well, let me know whenever you need. I'm free pretty much always. People don't usually need me to do stuff, so.
Understood.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And I can come over right now and we could work through the night to try and build something, like a arm. I seriously have nothing else to do.
Right now?
Sure. I've been wanting to go inside for like the past few days, actually. I've mostly just been keeping an eye on the engines.
Then let us be a little rebellious, shall we?
That sounds good.
I did not catch your name, actually.
Orion.
Orion, I see.
Like the,
Monty.
Mhm. Yes, I believe we met back in, A6.
Oh.
It was very brief, though. I believe you were, meeting with all of your students. They were all very excited to see you.
All right. Day of that. Oh. Let us take the long way around, just to make sure.
Yeah. I know you've been involved with this airship for quite some time. Do you have any schematics or anything to give a better insight onto the inner workings? Because I know plenty of the other Oxforce were going to be getting involved with helping with the repairs.
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I built the damn thing.
You did?
Yes. During my time in Palvindor, though not by choice.
Well, it's a beautiful machine.
Fortunately, it is used for warfare instead of its initial intended purpose.
I hope one day when this is all over, people can just enjoy them.
Yes, I do hope so too.
I thought I'd be more frightened being so high up in the air, but there's something really calming about the wind on your face.
I wish I could say it was my first time doing as such, but I gain a sort of sense of freedom when I don't have to use my wings.
I imagine that takes quite a bit more brain power than simply enjoying the ride.
More like muscle, but it gets a little easier.
True. Oh. Check to see all of those crates are still intact. And the glass.
Unfortunately, I cannot say the same about the lower deck.
Yeah, I heard the medical bay was caved in.
So it was a bunch of the boxes and weapons.
Yeah. It's kind of eerie seeing the ship so dark.
Yes, indeed. Oh, that's where the last pistol was.
Oh, that's the crate that fell on my leg.
Alright.
That is literally the crate that fell on my leg.
Let's get to working.
I'm sure Tyrion's probably left a few of his designs somewhere around. He actually has a prosthetic arm.
I might be able to make some adjustments that I need.
Yeah, I made sure to take at least a small peek. You never know when you're going to need a new arm.
Yes, hindsight is 20/20. Let's just go.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh, fuck. I gotta go on stream.
This is just...
What?
Because we just wandered off
and never came
back? Exactly.
Hey, fellas.
Like, this is what I saw. This is what I saw. Ventus, like dead ass what I saw. Like, all Team Ventus, like, gathered up and, like, they're like... Oh, wait. That's all I saw. That's all...
Alright. Sorry, chat, but this is where the ride ends. I'm afraid that's the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed.